All right. Welcome. This is Phantom playing All the Mods 10. We are on episode 26. That is right, episode 26. Today is going to be a special day for a few reasons. One, I'm doing for the first time ever multi-stream on YouTube. Let me make sure that it's actually live while we're talking about it. Yep, it seems to be up and live, so that is good news, folks. Good news. I'm brand new to the YouTube scene, so forgive me if I don't really know how to use it very well. I am trying to learn how to use it. Let's see. Pop out chat. Okay, I can pop out chat in a separate window. That's nice. And then what are the other options here? So I could have two chats popped out. Oh, this is going to be interesting, guys. I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting. We'll see how this works. Because like I said, I am brand spanking new to this. I have not done it like this before. So we shall see. The second reason that this is going to be a special stream today is not only because I'm doing a multi-stream, but also the thing that's actually special about this one is today we're going to be going over a little bit of Computercraft. That's right. I'm going to be live going over Computercraft. I'm going to be learning, kind of refreshing myself on it a little bit as we're going live. So it will be not super smooth on the Computercraft, just for fair notice. But it's not my first time doing it. I have done Computercraft before. If it doesn't look like I have done Computercraft before, that's totally fine. But it's a very capable mod, and I'm very excited to get into it today. And I promised Small Hands that I would do a tutorial on Computercraft. So it's going to be a fun day. We're going to be spending some time learning about how to program in Computercraft. Here is my beginning and intro setup right here, where we've got some of the basic components for Computercraft. Yeah, so let's get right into it. It looks like an ad is about to pop on Twitch, so we'll give that a second to run, and then we'll keep going. I do not have ads on YouTube right now. I am not an affiliate on YouTube. As this is my very first stream, pretty much my very first video, really. I posted one video, I think episode 23 or 24 on YouTube, just kind of as a test. What I would like to do is go back and post. I have recorded, I think, every single episode I've ever made for this series. So what I can go and do is try and post all those on YouTube. Those who are watching, like, let me know if you want me to post those on YouTube or not. If it's worth my time or not, because it does take a while. I mean, it takes like an hour to upload each one because they're like 20 gigabytes each. So it is pretty crazy. All right, looks like the ad is running on Twitch right now, so we'll just give that a minute. While we're doing that, while we're waiting for the ad to run, let's go ahead and give the YouTubers a little tour here. There we go. There's the incoming ad break. We'll give the YouTubers a little catch up here on what I've been doing lately. So right here, you can see that I have the intro to my base, kind of where the entry is. I've made this giant phantom here because why not? Got some Ars Nouveau trees planted for a little bit of an aesthetic vibe. Kind of a pseudo productive bee setup here. We've moved most of it downstairs into the basement. So I'll show you that setup as well. And then here we've got some farm animals, a automatic, slaughter factory, I guess is what you would call it, because it is actually called a mob slaughter factory. I don't know if I still need to keep doing this. I was doing it originally for the fluid, the pink slime fluid, but I've got 18,000 buckets. So maybe I should just start killing them, get the experience out of killing them instead. That might be a good idea to transition this slaughter factory. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should be pretty easy. I think all I would need to do is switch out that block and then put a couple more, like maybe a chest below it and a different bucket above it to capture it. We can look at that here in a second. Let me keep giving you the tour. So in here we have various tech mods going on. We got refined storage over here. We've got some hostile neural networks over here. And then up top is a whole bunch of crystal production. So let me show you that with a bunch of growth accelerators below the budding time crystals. If you guys know what time crystals are, it's kind of like time in a bottle. It's kind of the same mod, but you can produce the time crystals instead of time in a bottle where you just sit around and kind of wait for the time to accumulate. Or what is it called? It's like bottle. Here, let me just look at bottle. Time in a bottle. No, it is called time in a bottle. Okay, I got that right. The problem with all the mods 10 time in a bottle is they made it nearly impossible to craft. I mean, Look at the requirements to craft this baby. And I don't even have the productivity omega stuff yet. I'm not even to that level. Productivity gamma, productivity beta. I could do productivity beta. Alpha, yep, I could do alpha. I've got draconic chunks. I do have honeycomb blocks. I do have nether stars. I do have echo shards. My issue is the heart of the sea. I need to find a reliable way to produce heart of the sea, and I have not gotten to that yet. I think we were looking at a method. I believe mechanism is going to be the best way to do that, unfortunately. Depressingly, honestly. So that is a huge bummer. Oh, I just realized we didn't have the music going. Sorry, one sec, guys. Let me get the music going. There we go. Music is up and live. If you're watching the Twitch recording, the music won't show up in the Twitch recordings. I've disabled it. It will show up in their YouTube recordings. I have yet to see what the DMCA procedure looks like on YouTube. This is what's called no copyright music, or no copyright sounds. So they do allow you to use it on Twitch and YouTube recordings, but we'll see if I get a false DMCA strike or not. And I'll make sure to put the appropriate attribution in the description of the video once it goes live. But a little bit of background music. I always have a little bit going. It's kind of quiet because I don't want it to be overwhelming. I still want you guys to be able to hear me when it plays. But there's a little bit of vibe going there in the background. So back to what we were talking about. I need to work on getting the Heart of the Seas, right? And I don't have a fantastic way to do it. Mechanism is the only one where I can like reliably continually reproduce it. Or potentially trading with the queen bee. So I don't know. Yeah, that's where I'm sitting at in that situation. But oh, a little bit of a lag there. Come back to me. Don't crash. Oh no, we just crashed. We just crashed, guys. That is a huge bummer. All right, well, oh no, it completely closed the game. It doesn't usually do that. Oh man, that is brutal, guys. That is absolutely brutal. I have not had it crash like that. I've had it crash to the main menu screen, but it completely crashed the game. I do not know what happened there. That's a huge bummer. If you guys are watching the overlay right now, you'll see on the top left of my screen, so I've got two different chat boxes. In fact, why don't I move those while I'm live right here while we're waiting for the game to relaunch? I'll put, how about one on the right and one on the left, and so you guys can kind of differentiate between the two. The one on the right is my YouTube chat box, and the one on the left is my Twitch chat box. I tried to integrate the two, and I could not come up with a reliable method to integrate the two at the moment. There was the multi-channel stream elements integration. I couldn't get that one to work properly. Oh, maybe that's just because I need to, maybe I'm just doing it wrong though. I don't know. I tried to use multi-chat. I couldn't get the multi-chat to work. I don't know what's going on with that one. So I just used a basic chat overlay so that way you guys can see each other's chatting when you guys are live on YouTube and Twitch. This top right one is going to bug me a little bit. So we can go in, what we can do with this top right Twitch over here is I can go into Stream Elements and make a bunch of custom changes to it. If you guys aren't familiar, these things you're seeing on my screen are just overlays. So I manually add every single one of these elements in when I'm doing this. In fact, the chat overlay, I made one on my own using Stream Elements, like basic overlays. I don't know a ton about like making elements and overlays, so forgive me. I'm still learning this kind of stuff. But I should go to the right now. We'll see what happens. I just saved it. Maybe when the next chat pops up, it'll go over to the right. I can do a little chat test here so we can see if I did it properly. Let's check it out. So if I go right click on the YouTube chat, we can go to properties, we can refresh the cache and hit OK. And now if I add a chat onto the YouTube stream, let's do that. We'll do chat test or live chat test. Boom. And now that should pop up there any second. There's like a little delay from when I type and when it pops up, huh? Huh. We'll see if it takes a minute to pop up. It still hasn't popped up yet. That's a decent delay, honestly. All right, the basic game is back up, so let's go ahead and launch that game again. Wow, that was quite a delay from the time I typed it in the chat to the time that it popped up on screen for the live chat test in the top right there. That's good to know. YouTube has a crazy delay. I wonder if that's something I can fix, or maybe it's just a default feature on YouTube. I don't know. I have not used YouTube before. That is crazy. That was a wild delay right there, man. Huh, okay. Well, we got the game launching back up. It's just going to take a minute here. That is a huge bummer that it crashed right after I went live. I have not had to do a full crash like that. I'm curious if there was something I interacted with that caused the crash. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a little bit of Computercraft here. So the first thing I want to do is something pretty basic. What we'll do is we'll go to the Computercraft turtle. And then the Computercraft turtle, I can show you guys how to make just like really basic mining programs. It is a pain, to be honest, to program in the Computercraft interface. I usually use a program that's called Notepad++, but because of the way I'm live streaming right now, I think I'm just going to have to program in the interface. I could potentially in a future stream, if you guys really love this kind of stuff, I could go and try and integrate my Notepad++ programming interface into the stream. So that's something we could go and see if we want to try and do in the future. But as of right now, what I'll do is I'll just go make a really basic program in the Computercraft interface, and then I'll show you guys kind of how it works. I think we'll start off by just making it mine like a single long tunnel, right? So in order to do that, what I highly recommend you do is there's a computercraft.info wiki. And on this wiki, if you go to the main page, you can click on kind of like a tutorial list, program lists, peripherals and add-ons. I mean, it's got all kinds of things, right? The API list is super helpful. So the API list lets you know a bunch of the API functions that are in there. And then let's see, what else is there? What links are here? Let's see, main page. Oh, looks like the game is back up. Good. Tutorial list. Oh, bad gateway. What does that mean? Uh-oh. I'm trying to find, I know there's a page where it just tells you every single command that there is. Let's see, main site, computercraft.info is no more. Oh no, dude, is this not like being supported anymore? This is one of my favorite mods of all time. I'd be so sad if they stopped supporting this mod, honestly. Well, I'm able to click on all the blocks, so that's good. But yeah, this is missing a lot of the stuff that it used to have, guys. Maybe look at the turtle API. Huh, I'm getting a bad gateway code when trying to click on a lot of these links. Dang, guys, I don't know. Maybe the Computercraft tutorial is going to have to wait. Let me look up some info. So let me type in, I'll type in Computercraft and just see if we can find the old, I wonder if the old website is up, all right? So we'll go ahead and click on Computercraft and we'll see if we can find the old website. While that's loading, let's walk back over to the Computercraft area. I cannot believe it just crashed. All right, so we're gonna open this up. Let's see what we can find. So CC tweaked. Okay, this website's still live. All right. Yes. All right. I recommend going to tweaked.cc instead of the computercraft.info. This one is, in my opinion, way more comprehensive than what I was just looking at. It's got, let's see, help, IO, keys, vectors, windows, all kinds of events. I like this. Does it show me basic Computercraft events? CC Tweaked is a mod for Minecraft with as programmable computers, turtles, and more to the game. A fork of the much-loved Computercraft. Okay, so Tweaked CC or CC Tweaked is the fork of the original program. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see if we can find some basic commands, right? So we're going to be working with the turtle, and the turtle is what we care the most about. So what I want to go and see is there's right here under the contents. If you scroll down, there's like a turtle section. And this is exactly what we want to see, right? So on this turtle section, oh man, I really need to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at, don't I? Instead of trying to describe it to you. There is a whole bunch of commands that we can do, like forward, back, up, down, turn left, turn right, dig. And this is how we're going to do our first basic commands. So we're going to come over to this turtle. First thing you want to do is make a new program. So we'll say edit. I've already got one called mining test, right? So edit. We'll just call it, I don't know, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Just call it tunnel. Okay, so we're gonna call it edit tunnel, and so make a brand new program called tunnel. What I usually like to do is immediately I'll hit control. Hold on one sec. So what I'll do is I'll immediately hit control and I'll save it. That's the first thing I do is I hit control and then hit save. And you just kind of use your keyboard to navigate the screen. So you hit control and enter, it'll save the program. So why don't we work on some basic commands here? First thing you want to do is hit dig, and you don't need to put anything after that. Dig will just dig straight forward, right? You can also dig up. I believe the capitals do matter, and you can dig down. I could be wrong on that. Lua might be a pretty versatile programming language where the capitals don't matter. Something that's important when you guys are learning how to program is different languages have different syntax requirements, meaning that they require you to type things very specific ways. In the case of Lua, I don't know. We can test and see if the capitals do matter or not. So what this should do is this should dig forward, dig up, and dig down if I run this program. So we'll just hit run. And nothing. I got a error. So it says tunnel attempted to call global dig a nil value. Interesting. So this means I did something wrong. Let's go and see what I did wrong. Attempt dig. Oh, it's turtle.dig. That's my issue. Okay. I see what I did wrong. So what we're using is called a library, and the library is turtle. So you need to preface every command from that library with the name of the library. So turtle.dig in this case. I don't know if it's actually a library or if it's an API. It's probably an API. So somebody who knows a little bit more about programming could probably give us more context about that. I may be using some incorrect terms here, and if I am, I do apologize about that. It's either a library or an API. And in order to call a function from that library / API, you got to preface it with the name of it. In this case, it's turtle, and then you'll say turtle dot whatever command you want to use from that library. Let's see. By default, some peripherals. These are accessible. Recipes changes. It doesn't really say right here in this little screen I'm looking at, but that's fine. We'll just hit enter. We'll save this again, and then we'll run it. Okay. So you see how it dug down? It dug forward and up too, but the block's already missing, so it didn't matter. So sweet, we've got it digging up, down, and forward. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add another function to it, right? We're gonna say turtle dot forward. All right, so every time we run this, the turtle is gonna move forward 1 after it digs up and down. So let's try it again. Boom, it dug up and down and it moved forward. So if we run it one more time, you'll see it's gonna dig where it is now. Save, run, and it went forward. You see that? It's gonna make a little more sense once you guys see it moving in this wall now. So let's do it inside the wall really quick. So let's run it again. It's digging up, down, and moving forward. Pretty neat, huh? How neat is that? All right, so we've got like a basic tunneling program here. But you guys are like, man, I don't want to sit here and watch it tunnel over and over again. That's going to be crazy boring. And I agree with you. That would be crazy boring. So we're going to do what's called looping. Let's go and find a tile to fill in these blocks. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, filled in, beautiful. Wow, we got a bunch of junk in our inventory. What's going on here? Eggs. Oh, that's right. We traveled to the Ether last round. That was actually a lot of fun. Actually, quite enjoyed that dimension, to be honest with you. We shall have to go back. I really liked it. Fear not, we will go back, my good friends. We will go back. I've got all these random tools from that. Yeah, that was a good time. I liked the Ether a lot. Oh wait, I got 2 bows. This bow, I don't care about. I feel like I'm missing items. I feel like I'm missing so many items. I don't know. Really feels like I'm missing stuff, doesn't it? Golden parachute. Interesting. I usually have more on my hotbar, and I can't remember what right now. I might have to go and look at a previous stream just to see what I typically have on my hotbar. Okay, well, let's go and recycle this bow really quick. We can leave those items there because I don't particularly care about those. And then you can see I've got a whole lineup of turtles here. These are just ones I've collected throughout the world. We're not going to worry about this for now. The only one we really care about is this little mining turtle that we've just made right here. What I'm doing is I'm just going to move it down into a new area, because as long as we're practicing mining, we might as well have it mine like something we're actually going to use. In this case, I'm going to make another layer down here. So we'll go down. 2 is how high we want, or how deep we want each wall and ceiling. So we go down 2, and then we can place the turtle in this area right here. So we'll go ahead and kind of dig out a small area just for us to work in. Small square, small square. Ooh, I messed up because we don't want these walls to be open right here. Because if I remember right, this is actually the border of the overlay. Yep, we want to keep it inside this chunk right here. If you guys don't know what chunks are, I talk about them in several other episodes, so feel free to go back through some of my previous episodes, and it'll teach you a little bit about what chunks are and how chunks work. Oh, did I do this? No, this works. This works. It's fine. Plus, we can also use this as like a dual application because it'll light up our tunnel. Sweet. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to place our turtle there, and we're going to go over looping. All right, so there's a few different ways you can loop inside of this game, or inside of programming. So first off, let's edit our tunnel program. All right, let's go over looping. So there's a few different ways you can loop. You can do a for loop, you can do a while loop, and those are the two that are coming to mind right now. I don't know why I'm spacing on all the ways of looping. There's absolutely more ways of looping than for and while. Wow, basic programming, just blanking on basic programming right now. Sorry guys, that's embarrassing. Anyways, there's ways to loop the program so that it'll keep running the same commands over and over again without you actually having to write those commands over and over again. And so what we want to do is get that so that it keeps tunneling instead of us having to keep going back and clicking enter on it, right? That would be super tedious to have to go back and continually go and click enter, mine another one, enter, mine another one. You know what I mean? That'd be terrible. So what we need to do is get some loops in here. So you can just go online, you can search Lua loops. It'll teach you all about them, right? There's tutorials point, which is one that you can use. It'll talk about the while loop, the for loop, the repeat, the nested loops, break statements. These are all basic programming kind of statements that you need to learn for this kind of thing. In general, I wouldn't call myself an expert programmer, just to be clear. I like to use while and for loops. Those are typically the ones that I will do. So you could say something like while true, or well, actually, while true is typically considered no bueno. You should almost never do a while true loop, because you're going to end up with what's called an infinite loop, where the program just keeps looping over and over and over again until it breaks your computer or something, or breaks the program, right? So terrible idea. Don't really do a while true loop, just to be clear. What we're going to do instead is we're going to do a for loop. So we'll say for I equals 10. We'll say how long we want it to go and how much we want to increment by each time. So for example, we'll come here, we'll say for I equals 10. We want it to go forward. How about, wait, why did I say I equals 10? I equals 1. We want it to go forward 10 blocks, and we want it to increment by 1 for every single time that it moves. Now what this means is it's going to create a variable called I. We want it to stop once I equals 10, and we're going to let it increment by 1 every single time that this program loops. So when I hit enter, it should move forward 10 blocks. Oop, I already have an error. Turtle unexpected identifier turtle.dig. Okay, so that means right before turtle.dig, I messed up. Was I supposed to put some kind of syntax here? Let me go and double check. I equals 10, 19, 1. I didn't do a dual. I didn't do a do. Okay. So what we need to do in Lua is you have to say do. There we go. That's the syntax that I missed. All right, so check it out. It should continue digging forward for 10 blocks. We'll check, so it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should just go forward one more. There we go. It dug a little. We're kind of into the open area here, but that's fine. So that worked successfully, right? It worked exactly how we wanted it to work. Now you're like, okay, that's cool, man. We can go forward 10 blocks in a small tunnel, but I want to do more than just go forward 10 blocks in a small tunnel. Also, what is a variable? A variable, you can imagine it like it's a little box that contains information. So you open it up, and inside is information inside of that box. And on the outside of the box, we put a label so that we know what's in the box. In this case, I named the label I. You can name it anything you want. You could name it number, you could name it integer, you could name it, I don't know, Harry's number, you could name it Phantom's number, you could name it doesn't matter. The variable name is pretty arbitrary, right? And then I said, I want it to start, inside that box, I want to initially put a number 1. So I threw a number 1 inside the box. And then I said, okay, when there are 10 numbers inside this box, I want you to stop this loop. And then every single time you run the loop, I want you to throw another number inside the box. So the box can only hold 10 total, and we're throwing 1 every single time. So that means that this is going to run 10 times. You say, but wait, if you go from 1 to 10, that's only 9. Well, yeah, but this is inclusive, right? It includes the 1 when it runs the program, right? It'll run once and then add a number. It doesn't add a number and then run the program. It adds the number at the end of the program. If that's a little confusing, go ahead and search up for loops online. It'll make it much more clear. I'm probably just explaining it in bad wording. Other than that, the do is just required syntax. So the do over here is just required syntax in Lua to run a for loop. It's not required in every language. And then everything in between is the commands we want it to run. And then end is where does the for loop end. Pretty basic. From here, we can add some more commands. So we're saying, hey, I want you to turtle dig forward, dig up, and dig down. Okay, but what if we want to make like a 3x3 tunnel, right? Because I typically don't want a one wide tunnel. I don't find that crazy useful. I want to make a 3x3 tunnel. So next what we're going to do is we're going to say turtle dot turn left, turtle dot dig, turtle dot forward, turtle dot dig up, and turtle dot dig down. Everett Bros, what's up, man? How you doing? How's your day going? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. How is your day going, brother? Good. Heck yeah. Welcome to the first ever dual stream. I am on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. This is a test. If this goes well, we'll keep doing it. If it goes poorly, I'll just keep streaming just on Twitch. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know yet. We will find out. The stream should be live on both, and it looks like it is. I can view it on YouTube and I can view it on Twitch. So that is good to know. Yeah, looks like it's going good. So you have to let me know if it has any issues on your end, if you see any like audio bugs or video bugs or anything like that. So just give me a heads up if you see any issues on it. I would be much appreciated. Other than that, we are learning how to program in Lua. And that's right, we're doing some Lua programming today. Computercraft, which is the turtle program I'd kind of talked about. So we went as far as making a straight long tunnel is the program we've made so far. Right now we're going to make it a 3x3 tunnel. So the 3x3 tunnel will allow us to make some nice mining tunnels that we can go and explore. So we've got dig up, dig down, turtle dot turn left, turtle dot dig. Boop, boop. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Hold on, guys. There we go. Turtle dot dig, turtle dot forward, turtle dot dig up, dig down, and then turtle dot, we want it to turn right. Turtle dot turn right, turtle dot turn right, and then turtle dot forward twice. Actually, turtle dot forward, turtle dot dig, turtle dot forward, and then turtle dot dig up, and turtle dot dig down. So basically what I've done here is I've had it turn left, it moved forward 1. So it turned left, it moved, it dug this block out, it moves forward. It digs up, it digs down, and then it turns around, it goes forward 1 block, it digs out this block, goes forward another block, and now I'm telling it to dig up and dig down. And next what we needed to do is tell it to turn back around and to come back to this position, right? So that's what we're doing right here in this last bit of code. So we'll say turtle.dig up, dig down. Then we need turtle.turn left, by the way, turn left and turn right is kind of arbitrary when you're turning around. Like if you're turning around, you could do 2 turn rights or 2 turns lefts. It doesn't really matter. And then turtle.forward, and then turtle.turn right. Okay. So now what this is going to do, this is going to dig a 3x3 tunnel. Why do I have these random spaces? In my mind, it just helps me know, like, this is the center column, this is the left column, and this is the right column I'm digging. That's just kind of how my brain works. So that's why I have these random spaces here. Cool. So now if we run this program, it's going to do the exact same thing 10 times, but it's going to make a 3x3 tunnel instead of a 1 wide tunnel. That's assuming I didn't make any errors in my code. Let's check it out. Oh, I did make an error in my code. I didn't tell it to go forward. All right, so what we can do is we can hold Control T. It'll terminate the program. Okay. We're going to have to exit this really quick so I can get him back to where I want him to be. So let's pick up our little turtle. And we'll put him back into position. So I made a bug there. So you guys saw it didn't go forward like it was supposed to. It just kept going back and forth. So let's go and see what I did wrong. So we'll edit the tunnel program. All right, so what I did wrong, if you come to the end, I told it to turn right, which made it face back this direction, but I never told it to go forward. I never told it to move forward, so it never did. It just kept going left and right instead of moving forward. So what I need to do now is add just a turtle.forward command. And that should be it. I believe that should fix our bug. So let's go and check it out. Okay, so far so good. It went left, it went right, and boom. There we go. Now it's going to dig a 3x3 tunnel, as long as you want it. Not too shabby, guys. We're only about 5 minutes in, and we're already digging 3x3 tunnels. I like it. You got it, Gandalf. Keep running. Heck yeah, Everett. It is sick, man. I appreciate that. I'm loving it. What you been up to today, brother? Anything fun? Something worth noting is if you walk in front of the turtle, it will mess up the program because it'll try to move forward, but you'll block it. So be careful not to walk in front of it. And then we have no error detection. So it won't know that it got blocked. It'll just keep trying to move, but it'll screw up where it's at in the world. Because like, let's say for example, it sends the command to move forward, but it can't physically move forward. The robot doesn't know that. The robot has no idea that it didn't work. It just tries it. It doesn't have any error detection, and I didn't write any error detection in. So it'll just keep moving on with the program as if it moved forward. Let me show you an example of what this looks like. Everett said, no, nothing interesting, man? Nothing at all, huh? Just a boring old day? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand in front of him over here, and he's gonna not be able to go forward. Oh, just kidding. He pushed me out of the way. Let's try it when I'm not flying. Let's see if it works when I'm not flying. No. Maybe they fixed this in a recent update. That's good. Everett said, yeah, okay. They might have fixed this, guys. I don't know. It didn't used to be this way. Let me try something else. I'm going to physically block his path and see what happens. Yep, okay, so that screwed him up. You as a player can't screw him up anymore, so that's good. But you can physically block his path with a block. So now you see I've offset him one to the right because he doesn't know that he wasn't able to move forward. So I've screwed up his tunnel. Another way that this can occur is let's say that he comes upon a patch of gravel. So he's mining la-di-da-di-da. He doesn't know that there was a patch of gravel there. He tries to move. He can't move. Then you see how the gravel falls into place so he can't move even after you mined it. So it keeps screwing him up. He doesn't know that that happened. So it'll keep screwing him up. You got to be careful with gravel. Gravel will definitely screw him up. Now we can throw error detection into this program. It gets a lot more complicated once you start getting to that point, of course. It's not as straightforward, but it does prevent issues like this from occurring when you throw error detection in. What is error detection? Error detection is basically anything that detects when an error occurs. So in this case, we're trying to detect when the turtle is not able to move forward when he was supposed to be able to. I know that there is a detect command. So here's what we can do. We can go ahead and place the turtle back down. And this is the end of this chunk. So here's what we're going to do is we're just going to start digging this way on the chunk. So let's go ahead and edit that same program again. Tunnel.lua. What we want to do is every single time we go forward, we want to do a turtle.detect command to see if we even can move forward. If we can't move forward, then we're gonna go ahead and loop and keep digging until we can go forward. And that should keep breaking the gravel blocks. So I think the best way to do this is to maybe use a while loop. So we can say is while turtle.detect, and that should return true if there's something in front of it. We'll say turtle.dig. Okay, I think I have to put an end command, actually. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm used to programming in other languages. Give me a minute. I don't believe there's parentheses in this language, but let me go and double check that. I'm going to pull up the example tutorial page. Click on the while loops, and the syntax is... Okay, there are parentheses, but you have to do a do command in Lua. So we'll go ahead and throw the parentheses in there. Oops. Parentheses. Come on. There we go. And then we need to do a do command. Do. There we go. Turtle.dig, end. So we've thrown a while loop in the middle of this program. And then it'll go forward. The thing that is kind of annoying is we will have to put a while loop before every single forward command that we want to do, right? There are ways to avoid this, like we can create functions and such. Since this is just kind of basic programming, I'm going to ignore the functions for now. I don't think... Is there a way for me to copy code? It doesn't seem like there's a way for me to easily copy code right here. So what I'll do is I'm just going to open up a generic notepad. And I know that I'm going to need to use this command several times while we're doing this program. So I'm just going to put it into a generic notepad. And, oops, it wants me to update. Oh my gosh, I don't want to update Notepad++, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing? I just want to run it. I just want to run it so I can show these fine people watching. Everett, you do any programming, brother? Are you into programming at all? Hopefully this isn't too tedious of a stream for you. It's very useful for sure. It's definitely pretty cool. I know Small Hands was asking for it, but I don't know if he's free right now to actually watch the stream. So you may have to watch the stream after. Or maybe I can give him a second tutorial run. Alright, so I'm going to make another one. Heck no, I would suck. I doubt you would suck, man. I'm also kind of throwing you in the fire here is the only issue, right? So normally, I mean, you would go in and have a little more experience than what I'm doing right now. Whereas here, I'm just like throwing you to the wolves with programming. You usually start with really basic programming tutorials like Hello World, right? So there's a little bit of throwing you to the wolves. All right. My copy paste did not work. Interesting. Why did that not work? Can you not copy paste into this? Maybe you can't. Hold on, let me try it one more time. Let me try this one more time. It's possible that you can't copy paste into this interface. No. Well, that sucks. Okay. Well, before we glob up our code here, why don't I run this and just see if it works at all? Okay, so far so good. Let's see, while turtle.tick, turtle.dig. So it'll keep running as long when we're looking at the interface. What's happening is a dig up, dig down, turn left, turtle.dig. Okay, so it's on the left side that this detection is occurring. So we can test out just to see if the detection is occurring by grabbing some gravel. So let's go ahead and grab a stack of gravel and just throw some gravel on his left side over here. Okay, let's see. Oop. Yeah, look at that. It worked. It didn't get stuck. It just kept digging. Beautiful, man. So that's what's called error detection right there. We detected an error and we made a correction for it. Error detection in general programming will usually deal with, let's say, for example, you have a user entering the number of blocks that it moves forward. So you make a little prompt. You say, hey, user, tell me how many blocks you want your robot to move forward. And instead of typing the letter 9, the user types 9, N-I-N-E. Or sorry, instead of typing the number 9, they type N-I-N-E. You would write that into your program to catch that, because you were expecting the user to type the number 9, but they didn't. So you do a little bit of error detection. You say, hey, they didn't type the number 9, they typed the letters for 9. So I'm just going to convert that into the number 9 automatically. So that would be another example of error detection. In this case, we haven't asked for any user input yet. We'll get to that point eventually, because obviously we don't want to have to come and open the program every single time we use it, right? It's going to be tedious. It's going to be kind of annoying. Let's also move this down to 5, just so we're not waiting for it to finish every single time we finish a run. So we'll move this down to 5. So that's solved error detection. The only thing that kind of sucks is we need to go and do it every single time we move forward now. So I don't have a quick and easy way to do it. Alt turtle.detect, turtle.dig, end. So we're just gonna have to go and manually do it every single time we move forward. Is what it is. Hopefully we'll find a better way to do this in the future. And in fact, I know we will, because we can get into functions in the future. Functions will save us a lot of heartache and time. It'll speed up processes like this. .dig. We're going to simplify a lot of our code once we jump into functions, folks. Trust me on that one. Turtle.forward, turtle.turn right, turtle.forward. Ah, I see. And also, you guys are probably noticing, you're like, well, look at that, dude. You dug in the same spot twice. Yes, I did. So we can go ahead and fix a little bit of our code to make it slightly more efficient, right? So in this case, this is the very end before he moves forward into the next column. And we do another turtle.dig, but hold on. We did a turtle.dig right here at the very beginning. Oh, yes, we did. So we can get rid of one of them. So we'll get rid of this turtle.dig. And then here we got the exact same thing. You're like, well, you're doing a turtle.dig and then checking and doing another turtle.dig. Yes, we are. So we can get rid of that one too. Okay. I believe you can also detect up and detect down, if I'm not mistaken, which you can use that to go ahead and see, like, do I even need to dig up or dig down if you wanted to optimize your code even more? So you could potentially speed up your code just a tiny bit more by doing something like that, right? I'm looking on the API page really quick on tweak.cc to see if there is a detect up. Let's see, detect down, detect up. Yep, there sure enough is. There is a detect up and a detect down. So you could write a program here where it detects before it does any of the digging commands. I just haven't done that, but you could do it. Here again, here's another one where we use the dig command right before we do a detect dig. So we don't need that again. So here we are just optimizing our code just a little bit. And boom. So that should be everything we need. Theoretically, if this runs into any gravel, it should not hinder it. Let's see what we get. Let me go ahead just a little bit and place down some gravel to test out to make sure this is working properly. Oh, look, we don't even need to place some gravel there. It's about to run into a bunch of gravel. Let's see how it deals with it. So far, so good. So far, so good. Last test. Oh, that was beautiful, guys. That was absolutely beautiful. I could not have asked for it to run better than that. Oh, man. Look at that. And it just did 3 blocks right there. 3 in a row. What a beautiful program, huh? Give a round of applause. Round of applause for that beautiful program right there. So that's the basic Computercraft. Basic of making a Computercraft that makes a little tunnel for you. Everett, since you're in the chat right now, is there anything particular you'd like to see this robot do? We could make it... Oh, I don't know. We can make it dig like a big open pit, like a room. We can make it dig a room for us. Like a chunk, a 16 by 16 chunk or something. Is that a cat? Oh, I do have a cat, don't I? I always forget I have a cat. What's up, buddy? Where you at? Hey. Hi, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Little black cat. We can make it dig a room for us. We could make it dig, I don't know. Tunnels is the main use case I use it for, to be honest. We could add some user input if we wanted. We could tell the computer. So right now, if we want to change how long the tunnel is, we have to go and edit the program itself. Instead, we could say, when I start the program, ask me how long the tunnel is. That's probably a good one. Everett Rose said, yeah, I probably would just mine it myself. Yeah, 100%. I feel you. Why don't we add a little interface for it? So that way we can tell it how long of a tunnel we want, right? The thing that's really nice about these, right, versus mining yourself, you could absolutely mine yourself, but let's say you have like a massive, I don't know, 32 by 32 pit. It's going to take a hot minute to mine that, and it is probably slightly faster to do it yourself. However, what I can do is I can program this robot to mine a massive pit for me, and while it's doing that, I can go upstairs, I can go on adventures, I can go farm, I can go mine other things. I can use my time a little bit more useful. Everbro said, but tunnels are nice. Tunnels are nice. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, we can use our time a little bit more usefully when we have this robot going on. That's all that it really is, right? It's just a way to make a program one time and then let it run as many times as you want. So let's work on getting a little bit of user interface input here, right? We're gonna have to go down to reference, guides, maybe allowing access, playing audio speakers, reusing code with require. Oh, I don't know what that is. That sounds very interesting. Events, key up, modem message, computer command, peripherals. Peripherals, oh, we got to get into peripherals at some point. Those are actually a ton of fun. I think term is probably what we're looking for here. I think term is where we're going to get these commands. So you can display text in the terminal. So we could do term dot write, print. I think term dot write is what we're going to want to do. So we'll say something like, let's go back to this program. We'll say term dot write how, or tunnel length. How about tunnel length? Boom. Term dot write. So what that's going to do is going to print on the screen tunnel length. Next, we want to get input from the user. So let me find the command for that. We got scroll, get size, clear line. Set colors. We can set colors. That's nice. Set palettes, redirect current native. Right scroll, get cursor position. Perhaps it's not in the terminal commands. Hello world, print term. Maybe not. Maybe it's in the commands page. Execute. No, but this is all very useful too. OS. Run, pull event. Oh, this is all good stuff. Reboot, shut down, get computer label, computer ID. That one is actually super useful. What is the command here? Hold on. I can just Google it. Let's say Computercraft command to get user input. Is modern Focus CC tweak. There are 3 primary ways to handle user input, depending on if you need a full line of text, specific keystrokes, or arguments. Read. So we can say print what is your name, and then you can do a local name equals read. So let's do that. I'm using write because it'll show on the same line. So the difference between print and write commands is one will be on the same line and one will make a new line. What does that mean? I'll show you really quick. Print tunnel length. These are going to be 2 different commands that look very similar, but they're not. So we'll exit and we'll run tunnel. Okay, you see how this printed on the same line as this one? It's because when you do a write command, it doesn't make a new line paragraph. But when you do a print command, it does make a new line paragraph. So it would make every text after this go down below it. So if we go here, we cancel this program. Let's go ahead and edit tunnel. And let's just switch these 2 lines around really quick, right? Something really simple. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but it does make a big deal when you're trying to get input or when you're trying to write to the screen and you want other people to see what you're writing. Situations like that. I'm just gonna leave it like this so you guys can actually see exactly how it looks. So we'll run this program. It did tunnel length. This is the write and this is the print, and you see how it went to the next line now? That's because print makes it a new line. So that's the big difference between those two. So let's go tunnel, let's cancel this. Let's let this run stop. Where are we at? We're facing the wrong direction. So let's just redirect the turtle really quick. We'll come here and we'll go ahead and edit the tunnel program. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to use the term.write. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Okay, those are gone. And now we're going to read length equals, what? One sec. I did that wrong. One sec. We need to set local read equal read. Okay. So we're going to say local length equals read. Local is just the variable will remain local to this program and it won't go out any further than this program and can't be read from somewhere else. That's all it does. And so we set the variable length to whatever the user types. And now we're not going to do any error checking yet. We're just going to go ahead and dump it into this program. So where we had 5, it's now going to be whatever the user tells you. So when we type tunnel, it should give us a prompt. Tunnel length, we'll say 2. Now it should run for 2 lengths. Beautiful. Now we've got a custom length tunnel. One way that I use this all the time. So this program I've made right here live for you guys is a program I use all the time. What I use it for is I'll take this down. I'll just show you right now. Let's go and do a live demonstration of where and why I would use this program. And why it's actually one of my favorite programs. So we'll grab some charcoal. We'll grab a couple charcoal blocks. Because we have to refuel the turtle. The turtle uses energy. And let's go down to where the diamonds are. That's right, you guys heard that correctly. We're gonna go and check out some diamonds. One of the most valuable resources in the game. You could also do this for netherite. You could use this for whatever your heart desires. I've got a nice tunnel over here, which allows us to go down to the base level. Oh yeah, all the way down to the diamonds. All right, so this is where the diamonds are at, right? In general, diamonds will appear somewhere around here. I'll go to like Y level 55, how about? I'm gonna set my little turtle here. We're gonna refuel. Refuel all. All right, he's gonna eat up all that fuel. He's got 66,000 blocks he can move now. Plenty, plenty, plenty. And now you're like, but Phantom, why the heck would I use this when I can just dig a tunnel myself? Well, let me show you why you would use this when you can just dig a tunnel yourself. You can place it down. I can say, hey buddy, go ahead and make a tunnel for me. I want you to run for, I don't know, 256 blocks long. I want you to run for a very, very long time. He's like, all right, I got you, man. I got you. Don't worry. And so he's going to start digging out this tunnel. You're like, dude, he's so slow. Why do I care? Why do I want this? Well, here's the nice thing, guys. I don't have to sit here and watch him. I don't have to stay here. I don't have to hang around. I don't have to do anything. I go back up to my base and get on with my day. And that guy is going to keep on mining as long as he's loaded in my 8-block chunk radius. So he's just going to keep working away for me, and I don't have to worry about him at all. Pretty nice. So I'll go back down there in a little while, and we'll check on his progress. I do kind of wish I had copied his program to another turtle. So that way I could keep showing you guys some of the tutorials. Yeah, that would be nice. Why don't I go ahead and make another turtle? Let's see what we got. We don't have any gold turtles, so I'm gonna show you guys something else that's really cool. Harry, inventory space. Welcome, Harry, to the chat. How you doing, man? How's your day going? What do you mean inventory space? Help me out. Oh, Harry, I know exactly what you mean, brother. All right, Harry brings up a really, really good point. This is a solid point, and it is going to cause issues because I have not handled it. So, where did my guy go? Where's my little hole? It's over here. How's your day going, Harry? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the chat. Where did he go? Where'd he go? All right, so check it out. So this dude has a very, very limited inventory, right? It's not very big at all. It's totally going to fill up. Right now, the way I have it set up, he's just going to fill up his inventory, and anything else he mines after his inventory is full is just going to be dropped on the ground. Not ideal. Boop, 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 boop. All right, let me show you. So I've filled up his inventory. You can't pick up anything else. Well, you can pick up these blocks, I guess. That's a bad example. Let me fill that up. You ruined my example here, buddy. There we go. Okay. So let me turn off my, not that, let me turn off my magnet. So check it out. As he starts to mine, he's just going to drop the blocks because his inventory is full. There's a lot of ways you could deal with this. You could set up some kind of contraption like on a rail cart that follows him and picks it up with a hopper. You could come down and just check on it every now and then and make sure you pick up the blocks before they despawn. There's a number of ways you could do this. The way that I prefer to deal with this, and I don't know if you've got a different preference, Harry, but the way that I prefer to deal with it is what I'll do is I'll program the dude to check if his inventory is full, and he'll come back and place it inside a chest when it is full, right? That is my preferred method for dealing with a full inventory. So I am absolutely glad you brought that up, Harry. We'll start working on making another program for that exact reason. So let's make another turtle. We'll just let the guy keep going because I just want you guys to see kind of how it works and why it's useful. I want you to see like, hey, he'll just keep grinding while I do something else. I don't have to sit here and watch the guy. So we've got a turtle, a little pickaxe on that guy, and then there's one more thing I do want to do that I have not shown you guys yet. it allows us to chunk load the turtle. What is chunk loading? I talk about chunk loading in depth on another episode, but I'll give you guys a brief summary. Chunk loading is when I fly too far away from my base, the chunks that I am not nearby will deload or despawn, however you want to think about it, and nothing will happen to them. They essentially stop existing when I'm not close enough. That's problematic if we have a little turtle trying to dig, because if I'm not near him, he can't continue to dig. Now, if you're just digging under your base, not really a problem. You're staying close enough that your chunks will stay loaded in. But if I want to go on an adventure halfway across the world while I let my turtle sit here and dig, I want to make sure he's chunk loaded. So one way I can do that is I can make a chunky turtle. So we need to find the little chunky attachment. Let's see, noisy turtle, ender, felling, farming, digging, melee, noisy, barp, barp, barp. Advanced. Here we go, chunky turtle. It's this little chunky controller. Oh, that's actually really easy to make. I thought it would be harder to make. They have changed it. In all the mods 8, it was really hard to deal with Computercraft. Because to be fair, it is a pretty overpowered mod. I mean, let's be honest with each other. All right, so now we put a chunk loader on it. I think in this version, it should just automatically chunk load it. Let's find out. So let me go back to the tutorial page that I was telling you guys about. Tweak.cc. Highly, highly recommend it. And let's go ahead and find this module. So this should be peripherals, monitor, printer, redstone, speaker, generic peripherals, fluid storage, events. Let's search. Chunk. Interesting. Chunky. Oh, I can't find the tutorial for the chunky turtle guy. Okay, let me just Google it in general. Chunky turtle CC tweaked. Oh wait, is this is peripherals plus, isn't it? Sorry, hold on. Yeah, it's advanced peripherals. That's my issue. Sorry guys. The mod is advanced peripherals, not part of CC tweaked. So it's a mod add-on to CC tweaked. CC tweaked is the core Computercraft mod, and then advanced peripherals is another mod that adds on abilities to Computercraft. If that's confusing, I apologize. I did not make that clear. Okay, so chunky turtle. A chunky turtle actively loads the current turtle's chunk. This turtle can be disabled in the mod's configuration file. This turtle has no functions or events. Great, so it's just as I thought. We don't have to do any programming to make the chunky turtle work. He just works. It doesn't require any programming on our end. All right, so that dude is chilling over there. He's still going. His inventory is full. Let me just let him do his thing, and we'll keep letting him grind, and we'll see what happens when his inventory actually gets full. And let me explain why I care about this really long 256 long tunnel. The reason I care about having this 256 long tunnel... Did he go 256? That does not seem like 256 to me. Hold on. Not what I meant to press. Grid. No, that is not 256. I don't know why he stopped. Harry, you got any ideas, brother? Without crafting tunnel 256. I am not sure what just happened there. He like dropped his pickaxe. That is super odd. Oh, I accidentally picked it up, didn't I? Oh, I did. I didn't know you could do that. That's a new feature. Aha! That is a new feature. I have never seen that before. Okay. Very cool. All right. Well, that's my fault, guys. Okay, so we want to use the exact same program, but we're going to add some kind of storage management, as Harry mentioned. Or Kane. Do you prefer Harry or Kane, brother? Everett said he doesn't want to be a slave anymore. Yes, he is rebelling. It is the robot uprising, the AI uprising we have all feared. Harry, okay, sounds good. Do you know a lot about this, Harry? Or if I don't want to be downsplaining anything if you already know a lot, but I'm just trying to give like a really basic tutorial for people who don't know very much. A little? Okay, cool. Well, feel free to jump in where I make mistakes or if I'm screwing something up. Feel free to absolutely jump in. I'm here to take all the advice I can give. I will not be offended in any way, shape, or form if you've got advice for me. So we want to deal with this. Now, here's the one thing that is an issue, is there is no... Well, there is a tunnel program. Hold on. Edit, tunnel. Interesting. There's a generic tunnel program that was already in there. Let me run it and see what happens. I overrode it already. Cool. One of the issues that we run into is this turtle's program is on this turtle, just like you would have on a local computer. I need to transfer it over to this turtle right here. There's a couple ways you can do this. If you're on a server, you kind of have to do it using the built-in program interfaces. So in this case, we'll go ahead and get a disk drive. We'll go ahead and make a floppy disk. Does it matter what color? Not really. We'll make a green one just because I like it. And then, oh shoot. Oh, it's been forever since I did this. Usually the way that I do it is I upload the code directly to my computer. Transferring code on a server I haven't done in a hot minute. So give me 1 second, just bear with me. I think you... dang. Harry, do you remember how to do this, brother? Let me go and look up the events. Let me go and check it out. Let's see, disk. Yeah, disk drives, these functions can operate locally. Is present, check whether any item at all is in the disk drive. Get label, set label has data. Get mount path has audio. Get audio, stop audio, eject. CC tweaked. How to copy programs over. Ooh, wow. This one's from 13 years ago. It's definitely not this. Pastebin is one that a ton of people use. Honestly, Pastebin is not terrible. You can do Pastebin get code and name. That one is actually not a bad idea. If you guys don't know Pastebin, it's a website where you can go and paste your code into it. And then in Computercraft, so for example, let me demonstrate this really quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go open up that turtle on my computer locally. So we'll go and find the turtle that I just programmed. I will find the code that I used for it locally. And then we'll go to Pastebin, which is a website where you can paste your code onto it and then copy it over to a new turtle. This is what I think most people use on servers. I actually have never seen someone use the printer or the disk drive, to be honest with you. If you guys really, really want to learn how to use it, I am more than happy to go and figure out how to use it and show you. I have never personally used it other than to see how it works. That is the only time I have ever personally used that printer. Okay, so we're gonna go into my saves, all the mods 10. We'll go ahead and find the Computercraft computer, and we set the label. Oh, they used to have the labels here, but it no longer says it. It just says 1 and 2, which is a little annoying. But that's okay. I know 1 is our program that we just did. So what I can do is I can copy the code from that turtle. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, all I did is open up my Minecraft folder, found the save for this world, and found a file called Computercraft, or a folder called Computercraft, and then I found the code for my turtle inside that folder. So now what we do is we go to... we go to the website called Pastebin. So go into your browser, type in Pastebin. And I really need to set it up so you guys can see my browser. I'll have to do that on a future stream. And so we'll type it into Pastebin. Sick. Create new paste. Enable JavaScript and cookies to continue. Of course I'll enable JavaScript and cookies. Performance security verification. Unable to verify my data submission. Well, that's annoying. Golly gee willikers. This is what happens when you do a live demo, huh? Okay, let's go back to Pastebin on a different browser. We'll go to Pastebin on Chrome instead, and let's try this again. So I'll paste my code in. It's really basic code, so I don't know why it's giving me a headache. It's not some crazy code or anything like that. Create new paste. We'll call it tunnel. Okay, create new paste. I'm currently not logged in. Maybe that's the issue. Pastebin.com. Let's see. Chrome, are you going to work? Yeah, there we go. Chrome worked. Okay. So let me go and copy the link to this paste I just made. Download, clone, embed, print. Maybe raw? Is the raw link it? Maybe the raw link is it. Okay. Sick. All right, Harry, Everett, you guys still there? I just want to make sure I didn't lose you because I saw some kind of break just went up. Before I show you guys how to do this on screen. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you guys are inside an ad right now. If you guys are inside an ad, I'll hang tight for a second. If you guys are here, I'll go ahead and show you. You're here? All right, sick, dude. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go over to this guy. I'm gonna say, oh, the command is, I think it's, yep, pastebin get, not put, pastebin get, put the URL in, and then we'll name it tunnel. Connecting to pastebin.com, success, downloaded as tunnel. If this worked correctly, it should have been pretty easy. Harry said, can't speak for the others. Everett said, I'm here. Okay, sick. If this worked correctly, this should be the exact same program. Boom, look at that. Beautiful. It's probably one of the easiest ways to get code from one turtle to another. Dude, look how long this tunnel is now. It's beautiful. Beautiful, folks. Beautiful. We should make another chunk for this guy because it's so easy to make them. Chunk load this turtle too. Boom. Okay. The program from this guy has now been pasted onto the program from this guy using pastebin.com. Highly recommend it. Really, really easy to use. Totally up to you though, right? If you guys are really adamant, I can go over how to use these later. I'll just have to go and look up really quick and refresh myself on them because it has been a long, long time since I've used these drives. So now that we've got this code over onto this computer, we're gonna go ahead and add some kind of storage management, right? This is gonna require a few loops, right? So we're gonna say for I equals 1. We'll go, well, how many slots are here? I think it's 16. 4 by 4, yeah, 16. And we'll add 1 for every single movement. So 16, 1. Do, end. Okay, so that's the basic syntax for a for loop, right? Now what we're checking here is the inventory space. We want to see how much inventory space is left available. That's the kind of thing we want to see. So let's go ahead and look up the syntax for checking out the inventory space in the CC tweaked computer page. I believe the turtle may actually have his own events. So we can go ahead and check out the turtle events. Turtle inventory. Beautiful. Turtle inventory event is fired when the turtle's inventory is changed. Sick. I love that. So we'll go to turtle and selects the currently selected slot. Get item count gets the number of items in the given slot. Get item space. I like that. Number of items should be stored in this stack. This is nice, dude. It's got a lot of built-in functions for us. This will make it a lot easier to detect our inventory space. Eventually, we'll also want to deal with refueling the turtle, but for now, I just put a ton of fuel in it and I don't worry about it. But I mean, at some point, you want to go ahead and make sure that you have enough fuel inside of it, right? And then inspect allows you to inspect items that are physically in the world as well. But right now, all we really care about is select and get item count. Those are the two things we care about. So what we're going to do is we're going to select I, right? And then we're going to get item count. Actually, I don't even think we need to select I. Hold on, I might be overstepping my bounds here for a second. Give me a minute. I think we don't even need to select it because I'm pretty sure we can get the item count without even selecting it. Yes, we can. We can get item count and we don't have to select the slot in order to get the item count. So we don't even need the select line because we don't need to move. What select does is it moves this highlighted box to a specific item slot, and that matters when you're placing items. It doesn't matter when you're just checking how much items are in a slot. So we'll get item count in I, right? If item, hold on, let's structure this a little bit more. So this will tell us if there's any items inside of it. And we can set a variable. We can say local count equals get item count I. So this will tell us if there's any items inside of it. Now what we want to do is we want to see, okay, if there is items in every single slot, then we'll go ahead and head back to the chest. So what I'll say is if count greater than 0, do end if count, no, hold on, that's not what I want. If count is less than or equal to 0, there we go, that's what I want, then break. So basically what this is saying is if we find any empty slots, break this code. Don't continue going through the code if we find any slots, empty slots. Oh man, this isn't exactly how I want it. Let me restructure this a little bit. So we want for I because we want it to go through every single one. We want to check and see if any of the slots are empty. So I don't like what I'm doing here. So let me do something just a little bit different. 4i equals 1, 16, 1. Do local empty slot equals false. Okay, do local count equals get item count I. Sick. And then if count is less than or equal to 0, we'll say empty slot equals true. There we go. Much better. I like that code a lot better than what I had before. I want to just make sure that this if do in Lua is correct. So let's go back to Lua. We'll go to operators in Lua. Less than and equal to is an operator in Lua, and that is good to know. And then variables. Yep, local ID, A's. Yeah, good stuff. We learn all about variables, data types. Data types are good to learn about, but we're not looking at that right now. We're just generic for decision making, date and time. Decision making, here we go. This is what we're looking for. If statement. If blank, then end. Okay, so it's not do, it's then in this syntax. Okay, so local if, then. There you go. So that's how the syntax works in Lua right here, if you want to do some kind of if statement. And I like to put just kind of spaces in between my statements because it's a little easier for me to read. You guys can choose how you want your code to be formatted. So if we find any slots that have 0 items in them, we'll say we have an empty slot, right? And we'll go through all 16 slots. Oh, wait. Hold on, guys. This is wrong. If I do that inside of there, it's going to reset the variable every time. Local empty slot equals false. For reference, you should probably never put variables right inside your code like this. It's a really terrible idea. Yeah, don't recommend it, but we're going to do it here anyways because we're just going to ignore what is good code. And we can talk more about where you should put variables and stuff like that. So we're gonna initiate a local variable here right above the for loop. We'll say for empty slot, the local empty slot equals false, meaning we're gonna tell it right off the bat we don't have an empty slot. We're gonna default to saying our inventory is full. If it finds any empty slots, we'll change empty slot to true, and that means our inventory is not full. If empty, if actually we want to do a not statement here, so let's go and see Lua syntax for not statements, right? We can do plus, add, and or not. It's called a logical operator. Not, and they use an exclamation point for the operator in this language, so that's exactly what I'm hoping for. Lua if not true. There we go. Can a boolean include an if statement? Logical operators using booleans. How do I inverse? If v, then print v is true, and the answer is one of those true. Let's print if not herald or not guardian. Just add using false markers. Wait, do you type not in Lua and not the exclamation mark in Lua? Do you know, Harry? I'm seeing them do both. People are putting not and people are putting exclamations in Lua, my brother. Local if print input print if and true, then print equals. You can also just say if equals true or false. So we could say if empty slot equals false. This is one way to do it. Then, and I do kind of like the not, but since I'm not 100% sure if it's an exclamation or not, then I'm not going to do that. If Harry knows, then I can follow Harry's advice. Let's see, print A and B, A and B, A and or B. Logical not operation, not A or B. Not A or B. I think it's not. I think it's the letters literally not. But we can just do this for now. That's fine. This totally works. And I know it works, so we'll just continue to do it. All right, so if empty slot is false, as in there is no empty slot, then what we're going to do is we're going to return home. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because we're going to be coming all the way back to this chest, emptying our inventory, and then going all the way back to where we were. Kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. We usually would use functions, but since I'm not inside of a nice programming interface like Notepad++ or something similar, we're programming inside this very, very basic interface right here. Giant pain, so we're just going to manually program it. We'll go over functions another day. So here's what we're going to do. If there is no empty slots, then what we're going to do is we're going to tell the turtle to turn around. So turtle dot turn left, turtle dot turn left, right? And then we're going to tell it to go forward, but we want it to go forward as far back as it is. What does that mean? So we've been going forward for as much as the user told us to go forward, right? In this case, length. Now our I has been getting iterated for every single time we do a length. So we can actually use the I variable here to tell us how far we've gone into the tunnel. So what we can say is for I, we don't need to instantiate it. For I, we'll say length. Nope, hold on. This isn't what I want. Give me a sec. For I, and we want it to go until we get all the way back to where we are, but it's going to instantiate an I. So this will actually ruin the I. We don't want to touch the I. We'll say for distance equals I. How about that? We want it to come back to 0. And so we'll say -1. I don't know if -1 works in this program, to be honest with you. It is very possible that -1 does not work in this program. Hold on. Lua, can I use -1 in for loop? For loop. Can I use a negative number to iterate for loop? Is for loop indexing possible with negative values? I'd like to run a loop over a sequence of values and perform a simple calculation. For example, here I have vector x ranged from -10 to 10. And however it is coded, as coded, this for loop only indexes over the position values in x and returns the positive numbers. R in principle is designed. Oh, this is R, dude. I did not like R. R. Why are we learning about R, dude? R is a programming language for statisticians. Statisticians? How do you say that? Man, I don't like. Can a step value be a negative? Step value optional. How much the variable changes each iteration. Defaults is 1 if omitted. I kind of wonder if there's another way we could do this, guys. For I equals 5, it'll go to 1. How about this? I got a better idea. We'll say for distance equals 1. We'll iterate 1 and we'll have it go as far as I is. I is the distance we want it to get to. Perfect. For distance do end turtle dot forward. There we go. This should return the turtle all the way back to us right here. So basically what we're saying is there an empty slot? No, there's no empty slots. Turn around and then go forward until you get back to the beginning. That is what that code right there should do. Okay. And now what we'll do is we'll say turtle.select. Actually, we're gonna have to do another for loop here. We'll say for I equals This might be an issue because I'm using I here and I instantiate I for this loop as well. We'll say traveled 1 equals length. There we go. So now we're only using travel once, and then we can use I in all these other instances for our for loops. I just don't want to have the same variable declared more than once. It can cause issues if they're inside the same loop. For I equals 1, 16, 1. So this is just going through every single inventory slot. Select I. Harry, do you know if they instantiate here at 0 or 1? Are you familiar enough with Lua to know where it instantiates at? Because if it instantiates at 0, then we actually need to do I equals 0 for this situation. For do end. What am I talking about there, guys, for those who don't know how to program? So instantiation or indexing, sorry, if it indexes at 0 at 1, what it means is in some programming languages, I don't know why, the very first slot in lists and arrays is actually slot 0 instead of slot 1. So if I call slot 1, it's actually going to go to this slot. Why it does that, I don't know. I'm sure it goes back to some time long, long ago in a galaxy far away when they first made programming. Somebody in the chat could probably tell me why it does that. I don't know. I think newer programming languages tend to use 1. But Lua is not a newer programming language, so my bet is that it probably indexes starting with 0. Does Lua index starting with 0? Range detected 1 will turn nil instead of 0. However, it is customary in Lua to start arrays with index 1. Okay, so maybe 1 works. Has anybody had any experience with this? Harry, possibly, maybe not. If not, brother, don't worry. It's not a problem. For I equals 1, 16, 1, do select I. So we're going to select the inventory slot. And what we want to do is we want to drop it into the inventory below us. So let's go back to turtle. And there should be a drop command. Drops the currently selected stack into the inventory in front of the turtle. So what we're going to do is drop down because we're actually going to be above the chest. Drop down. And let's see if we have to tell it how many items to drop. Let me check. Drop the currently selected stack in the inventory below the turtle or as an item into the world if there is no inventory. Count the number of items to drop. If not given, the entire stack will be dropped. Perfect. So this is basically doing what we want already. Select I, drop down. Look at that. That should go through every single inventory slot and drop everything. And then we just need to go back to where we were, essentially. So we will say... we need to do the same for loop here. We'll say turn left. Oops, hold on. Turtle dot turn left. Turtle dot turn left. And then for I equals 1. What did I do up here? I think I said like length or something. For distance equals 1, I do. But now we changed I to travel. Traveled, right? Yeah, we said traveled. So we changed it to traveled now. Or what did I just skip over it? Hold on, keep going. For distance equals 1, travel, turtle dot forward. Yeah, easy enough. We just need to do the exact same thing. So for distance equals 1, traveled, 1. Traveled, 1, do. And turtle dot forward. All right, that should bring us back to where we were. Let's see, if empty slot equals false, then turtle dot end. For distance, I travel, turtle dot forward, end for I. Oh, here's the issue, guys. I didn't nest this inside the empty slot. Hold on. We need to nest all of this code inside the empty slot. Whoops, give me a minute. We almost screwed up big time there. What was going to happen if we didn't nest it inside the empty slot is this would happen every single time we ran the program. Every single time. Without exception. Okay, hopefully, now I put an end here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this only runs if the empty slot is false. I added quite a bit of code right here in one run without testing or debugging any of it. So I can't guarantee that this is going to work. Let's try and run it and just see what happens. I do think we're going to run into an issue here where it's going to break the barrel. So let's fix that code really quick. So it always goes forward 1 block. We want it to always go forward 1 block right off the bat. How about? So why don't we do while turtle.detect do turtle.dig turtle.dig and turtle.forward. Okay, so at the beginning it'll always go forward 1 program. We can actually do it before the for loop. Hold on, let's do it before the for loop even starts. While turtle.detect do turtle.dig and turtle.forward. So this is how our program is always going to start. It's always just going to go forward 1 block and then it'll start the program. So we can get rid of this code right here because it's a complete duplicate of what we just put up top. Boom, look at that. Now let's run it. Oop, syntax error already. Line 5, brackets were opened here. Ah, I didn't close the brackets. That will cause problems. You need to make sure you're paying attention to every single thing you're doing in this program. Okay. Oh, it's asking for the tunnel link. That's right. 5. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Ah, I know what I did wrong. We did not put any fuel in it. Okay. Let's save the program, exit. Let's get some fuel out, folks. Charcoal. Okay, we'll grab, yeah, 3 stacks of charcoal. That works. 1, 2, 3. Refuel all. Oh, I've reached the maximum limit. Didn't even know there was a maximum limit. All right. Place the chest back down. Okay, let's try this one more time. Tunnel. 5. Boom. There we go. Going forward. Love to see it. So far, the program is running appropriately. We must have hit a bug. What happened? Tunnel line 71. Attempt to call a global value. Get item count. Ah, you know why? This is the issue with using APIs. So let's edit the tunnel. We'll go down, 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 down to the burning ring of fire. Down, down, down till the flames go up higher. So get item count is a function from the API, Turtle API. So you have to say turtle dot get item count. And then count is a variable I made. Empty slot is a variable I made. Turtle, good. Distance travel, those should all be good. Turtle dot select. So you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be really careful. Make sure you're using the libraries and APIs correctly. Turtle dot drop down, turtle dot turn left, turtle dot forward. All right, let's try that again. Save. Where's my turtle facing? Okay, so we can have him run right here. Run. Let's try it again. Oh, he's asking for a value. So I'm gonna go forward twice. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Some nice code there. Okay. You guys are asking, but man, that has nothing to do with the inventory code we just made. You were absolutely right. So let's start grinding on that inventory code. We're going to grab a block here. We are going to completely fill this up. Actually, hold on. Let's let him run for a few blocks before we fill it up. I want him to at least go forward a little bit, and then we'll fill him up. So let's set him here. We'll set the inventory there. Let's go ahead and fill up everything except for, we'll say 2 blocks. Okay, we'll say tunnel. Tunnel length 10, how about? So if he encounters any more than 3 different types of materials, he'll have to come back. And we will make sure he encounters more than 3 different types of materials. Okay, there's gravel. He's already encountered 2 types. So when he encounters gravel, he should have to come back. Well, that didn't work. Oh, because it's at the end of my program. Hold on. No. What did I do wrong here, folks? It's not working. His inventory's full. His all slots full. It's got to be the 16 thing. Maybe it's the indexing, guys. Maybe it doesn't 0 index. Let me try something. We can figure out really quick if it 0 indexes or not. It's not that hard. We'll come here. Pick him back up. Didn't mean to drop him. We'll go into the Lua interface. We'll type turtle.select 1. Okay. Turtle.select 2. No, it doesn't 0 index. Interesting. Turtle.select 15. Turtle.select 16. It is not 0 index, and it goes all the way to 16. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Well, let's see what we did wrong here. Our code is not properly detecting that our inventory is full. So let's go down and see where we check if the inventory is full. So we say if empty slot equals false. Up here, for I equals 1, 16, 1. So we say the slot is empty off the bat. Local count equals turtle dot get item count from that slot. Okay. If count is less than or equal to 0, then empty slot equals true. So somehow this must always be getting set to true, huh? count equals less than or equal to 0. Hold on, let me try something. Let's go and test this again. Bro. We're trying to do a programming tutorial here, man. What are you doing here? Man, silly people, brother. Silly people. All right. So let's come back over here. We'll pop into this. All right. So, oh, did I just screw something up, guys? Oh, I totally did. Hold on. Is there a Control Z function? There's not a Control Z function. Where did that E come from? Did I just randomly type E? I think it's randomly typed E, so we'll be all right. Here's what we can do. We can exit out of this program. We can hit save. We can hit exit. We can go to Lua. All right. And then we can say turtle dot get item count of slot 5. 1. Turtle dot get item count of 16. 1. So everything should have an item inside of it as far as I can tell. Turtle dot get item count of 1. Okay. Turtle dot get item count of 17. What happens if we go outside our index bounds? Okay, it returns an error. That's good. Turtle dot get item count of 0 should return an out of bounds error as well. Yeah, it does. All right. So I mean, this should be throwing back an error. I mean, it should be thrown back as far as I can tell. So we'll go to edit tunnel. We'll go back down to the code and see what we can find here. Local empty slot for I equals 1 to 16. So the very first one should be item 1. Let's do something here. We can help ourselves out. So this is actually a really excellent part of debugging. What you can do is you can have it print out things as it goes. So we'll say print slot is, and we'll say I, and then we'll say count is, and then we'll say count, and that should print what it's currently looking at. So we'll say tunnel line 2. Okay, this is going to print like 16 lines in a row. It's going to be a little annoying. Attempt to perform arithmetic on a string value. Okay, so that's not how we combine in Lua. So Lua, combine strings and integers. Concatenation of strings in Lua. All right. So let's figure out how to do concatenation of strings in Lua. Not a big deal. Using the concatenation operator, which consists of 2 dots. Example print score dot dot 100. All right, easy enough. Let's give it a shot. Press any key to continue. We'll come back here. Instead of doing plus in Lua, we got to do dot dot. Yep, that's it. That is the only difference. Every programming language is a little bit different, so you just got to learn these nuances. It's not too hard. I think once you learn one programming language, you can really get into almost any programming language. Like Lua is not a programming language that was my primary language in college at all. All right, so let's do 5. All right, seems to be working good so far. Let's see what happens when we get to that code. Boom, look at that. Slot is 1, 1, 1. It worked. It did exactly what we wanted it to. Okay, it went through all the slots properly and didn't throw an error. So that means our code must be wrong somewhere else. So let's exit out of this. And this is really, honestly good. It's good that I ran into this during the live stream because this is exactly the kind of things you guys are going to run into as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good for me to show you how to deal with these things. So that way when you run into them, you're not like, hey man, you never taught us how to do this. Like, all right, I got you, brother. I'll teach you how to do it. All right. So the function is properly going through everything and detecting that there are items in the slot. My guess is it has something to do with this function right here that is not turning out correctly. So why don't we come here? Why don't we print status empty slot, and we'll print out the status of empty slot. Oh, you know what, guys? I think I can see right now what the issue is. Dude, this stuff will screw you. Look at that. Look at that. I forgot a T. One single letter. One single letter will do it to you. That is all it takes. All right, let's see what happens now. So let's go ahead. Ah, dang it. Attempt to concatenate local empty slot. Empty slot dot dot empty slot. Attempted to concatenate local empty slot, a Boolean value. Oh, because empty slot is true or false, and it's not a number. So maybe I don't need to concatenate it at all. Is that what it's trying to tell me? D slot plus. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, sometimes you just run code and hope it runs. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's grab a bunch of random blocks. We'll shove it inside of here. See what you got. Nope. Still coming back with an error. So let's see. How do we concatenate a bool and a string? Lua. Going to Google. Lua. How do we concatenate boolean and string? In Lua, you cannot directly concatenate a boolean and a string using the dot operator. Doing so will result in an error. To concatenate them, you must first convert the boolean into a string using one of the two commands. ToString or string.format. ToString is one I'm familiar with, so we'll do that. Let's use that command. It's a really easy command, not complex at all. I seem to have messed something up here. Hold on. So we'll do ... ToString. It is literally that simple. That should be it. Let me just double check that I typed the command right and that the capitals are correct. Boolean string to string lowercase. It's showing lowercase in here, so let's fix that. Lowercase does matter in this language. Let's see what happens. The error does not occur until it gets to the second line, so it should happen right here. Empty slot equals true. Hey, I think we might have fixed the code, guys. All right, let's fill up all the slots and see what happens. Empty slot equals false. He's turning around. He's turning around. Oh, but he didn't travel far enough. Oh, wait, maybe that's where I started him. Is that where I started him, guys? I don't even remember. Hold on. Let's put him here and try again. Oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. Oh. All right, let's dump some stuff in this guy's inventory. Empty slot equals true. Now I should return false. Will he come back? Oh, I'm short by 1. I indexed wrong by 1 value, guys. By 1 value. Oh, you know why? I know why. Oh, I know exactly why I indexed wrong by 1 value. Boss, what up, man? How you doing, man? How's your day going? What is that you said? What is what? What is this thing right here? Or this is Computercraft. This is a turtle, and the turtle is, this is a mining turtle to be specific, and it will automatically mine things for us. We just have to program it. It's a little robot. It's just imagine it's exactly like a little Tesla bot or whatever you want to call it. Or a spot. It's a spot bot. I like that a lot better. I like Spot, the little dog bot. This is our personal Spot. Oh, I should rename it. Let's name him. Hold on. Let's name our guy. Set label Spot. Haha. Wait. Hold on. Should be called Spot. Why is he not? Set label. Why is that not working? I don't know. Yeah, anyways, imagine this is Spot the robot, right? Spot the robot from Boston Dynamics is going to help us mine out this tunnel here. But Spot the robot needs instructions on how to mine out the tunnel. So we're giving him instructions right now. While I was giving him instructions, I ran into an error. And I know exactly what the error was. He didn't come back far enough. And I realized it's because at the very beginning of my code, I have him move forward, but I don't tell my loop that I had him move forward at all. There's a couple ways I could fix this. I could either make sure that he moves forward inside my loop. That would fix it. Another way that I could fix it, which is probably a little hacky, and I'm sure if you're a good programmer, you wouldn't do this, is I do one more forward at the very end of this code here. So for distance I traveled, if, then, end, for, end. And I'll just go forward. Distance traveled, hold on, give me a sec. For I, turtle.select drop down, turtle.forward. We'll have it go forward 1 extra here. Turtle.forward. This will correct for that issue. And then at the very end of it, we'll turn left, turtle.forward, and that should put them right back in the correct position. It's kind of hacky. It's not the ideal way to do it, but it's what we're going to do, guys. 10. All right. He should correctly come back and drop all his items in the inventory now. So let's fill up his inventory with random junk and see what he does. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Spot. Ah, you're such a good little dog. Oh, man. Okay, let's see if he goes back to where he left off, though. That's the big question. Oh, I'm so proud of you, buddy. I'm so proud of you, bud. Look at him go. Oh, man. Harry, we did it. It is done, Harry. It is done. We have managed the inventory. We've done a full inventory management program edition. Ah, so proud of these guys. Look at our little spots growing up. Yeah, so cute. Let's see. I kind of want to... Can I put an actual label on this guy? Hold on. Anvil. I used to have an anvil. Hang tight. Anvil. Advanced pump. Where's my anvil upgrade? Right there. Do I need to name him here? Is that how I get his name to appear above him? Spot. Does that work? Yeah, there we go. Spot. That's what I'm talking about. So proud of you, Spot. Okay, so now what we do is let's do this. Let's get a real test going here. We'll say tunnel 256. Oops, 256. There we go. Oh, guys, I'm so proud of this guy. He's gonna keep tunneling and then come back, dump his inventory, keep tunneling, come back, dump his inventory. So why don't we make sure he has a place to dump his inventory? So we'll go to sophisticated storage and let's get him some inventory upgrades. We want to make sure that he doesn't get left high and dry with a completely full inventory. You know what I'm saying? That would be sad. That would be very sad. All right. And then we can also dump a couple of these sophisticated storage upgrades in there too. Do I have them in my inventory here? No, I'm pretty sure they're in the chest. Upgrade. Yep, here we are. We can dump 2 of these babies in there. Okay, so we'll come here. We'll upgrade this inventory, make it massive, and throw a couple of those in there. This guy should never run out of room. We have essentially made a quarry. Boss Hog was saying I was thinking a name tag. Yeah, a name tag would probably work too. I think it kind of did the same thing I just did potentially. I don't know, did name tag work on inventories on entities you can pick up? I actually don't know. Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Boss Hog. Here we go, dude. So what we've got is this robot that is just gonna infinitely mine for us forever and ever and ever. And we can just leave him. We can go about our day. And here's for Everett, here's where it's interesting, right? I could have mined this tunnel myself. It would have taken a long time. But while I was programming this other dude, or in your case, going and finding diamonds or exploring dungeons, this guy was just tooling away down this tunnel. So now I can come down this tunnel that he mined and I can get all the resources out. It's essentially strip mining where I don't have to sit there and manually create the strip tunnels. That's what these guys are doing for me now. They are strip mining underground without me having to sit there and tediously mine the strip mine out. So now we can go down this tunnel. We can find our little buddy here and we can get all the gold and diamonds out as we go along. Or mithril ore. Mithril ore is really rare, so let's grab that. We can grab all these items out as we go down to fetch them. Oh yeah, diamonds. We got some prosperity ore that I don't care about. Now you can see once his inventory got full up, this guy didn't have our new code. So he just started dropping items on the ground because he didn't have the new code that tells him to go back to the inventory. So we'll have to fix this guy, of course. Fix him, huh? Get it? Because he's Spot the dog? No? All right, never mind. Just kidding. All right, we'll continue on. Forget I said that joke. An antimony, nickel ore. Mithril. Dude, Mithril's great. See, look, man, we just come along and we get the goods. We just let this dude strip mine while we're busy and we come along and get the goods. That's all that matters. Love it. Now we got all these good items. We dump them into our inventory and we can set this guy off on a new adventure. He did all this work for us. You could also use this to dig out houses for you. You could use this to dig out mine shafts for you, to put tunnels in. I mean, there are all kinds of things you could use this tunnel for, right? We made this program. It took us less than an hour, and that's because I was trying to figure out how to do the program while I was live streaming. If you guys did this on your own time, it'd probably be like 15 minutes to write this program I just made, maybe less. Now that you have the code, you could literally just copy and paste the code, actually. You throw it on your little turtle, and he can just do all this work for you without you having to worry about it. So they're super helpful for just kind of speeding up your own time, strip mining for you, digging out holes and tunnels for you, stairways, you can have them dig stairways for you. I mean, whatever your heart desires. And this dude because he's going to keep coming back and dumping off the inventory, we don't have to worry about him dropping items on the ground like Gandalf did. That's right. This other turtle's name is Gandalf. All right. I think that's actually a pretty solid basic entry level to the Computercraft before we go into anything more advanced. Does anyone have any questions? And if this is a little high and dry for you guys, we can actually jump into a different mod instead of continuing to do Computercraft. What's the vote here in the chat? Let me hear some votes from you guys. Gandalf, LOL. Yeah, I like the name Gandalf, Boss Hog. I don't know why. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, named him Gandalf. Yeah. What's the vote here? You guys want to learn a little bit more about this, or should we change up things a little bit? People are getting a little bored of watching me program. I know programming is very niche. I am not offended in the least. Most people don't like watching programming, and some people love watching it. But few, I'd say it's probably the minority that loves watching programming. So I would love to hear all of your votes. What do we got? Harry, Everett, Boss, any votes? A lot of lava here. You could also make a dude that mines trees. You can make a dude that builds your house for you. I mean, the Computercraft is just an endless mod if you guys are interested in it. And then if you don't like programming, like, let's say you hate programming, you don't have to go and program it yourself. There's entire libraries online where the programs are already made. So you don't even have to go and make the programs yourself. You could just go and download a program that somebody else made and just use these guys. Like this one I made right here, I could go and post it online and you guys could just download it and just use it. You don't need to program these guys yourself at all. So that is one of the nice things. In fact, why don't I go and make a repository for this guy really quick. So we'll go over to our computers. ID 2. Funnel.lua. Oh, he's running, so maybe I can't access it while he's actively running. Let me find out. Control T, terminated. All right. It is possible that I can't access it while he's actively running. I'm about to find out. Okay, let's go back to my file to explore. Yep, there we go. Tunnel.lua. Interesting. File. Edit with Notepad++. Here we go. Found the program. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so we'll get this computer going back. Boss Hog said, do whatever gets you to the Chaos Dragon quick. All right. We'll start doing some Chaos Dragon prep then. Let me get this guy running again, and then I'll start doing some Chaos Dragon prep. Tunnel 256. Wait, hold on. 256. All right. We'll set that guy off again. I had to start him here just because the barrel's back here. So yes, he is going to have to run down the stuff he already mined. That's my fault. So really quick, let me upload this code onto a Lua paste bin, and then if any of you guys want to use it, you can absolutely use it. Everett said, did you kill the Ender? The Ender Dragon? Is that what you're asking about, Everett Bros? Because if so, yes, we did. We destroyed the Ender Dragon quite a while ago, and I immediately went for the Chaos Dragon after we killed the Ender Dragon, and it destroyed me. It was a beast and a half. So what we can do though, it's been a while since I've tried to fight it. Should I just go and try and fight it right now? Kind of just winging it, I guess. If I go and fight it right now, that was unexpected. I was not expecting to fight it now, but we absolutely can. Lua, comment. Multiply comments created using the dash tests hyphen. Okay, so we're gonna comment out some of this code in Lua. We got the write and the print code. We're going to get rid of that so it doesn't keep clogging up our screen every time we use this program. Let's see, turtle turn, drop down. Count empty slot print. Okay, we commented out both the print commands so it shouldn't clog up our turtle interface anymore. We're going to copy this code into paste bin so you guys can all use it if you want to. Totally up to you. You don't have to. But you guys all watched me make it live, so I feel like you guys basically made it with me. So you are more than welcome to go and take the paste bin code and use it yourself. I'll have to figure out how to post the paste bin code. I guess I could just do it in the description of the VOD. Computercraft tunnel, create new paste bin. What's the vote? Should I try and kill the Chaos Dragon again? I'll probably die. That thing is crazy, in case you guys are wondering. That thing is absolutely crazy. Is anyone playing live? I can show you what the paste bin is right now. Let me make a sign. Sign. So I've got the paste bin ready. Boop. Nope. It doesn't let me paste onto here. Interesting. Okay. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Did I just lose it? Give me a sec. Don't tell me I just lost the paste bin code as soon as I grabbed it. No, we're good. I've still got the paste bin code. I'm trying to figure out the best way to show you guys what the paste bin code is, though. My clipboard? I mean, that works. YQVAUJD. YQ... Wait, what was it again? YQV... Let me put this up on my base so you guys can check it out. We'll go and throw this in my base really quick. So let's go back home. We'll throw this up on the wall here, and then if anyone asks to see it, I can show them. YQVAUJD. Is that what I said? Is that what I said the code was? YQVAUJD. Yeah. That's the paste bin code right there. So if anybody is playing the game live, you can go and grab my paste bin code that we just made for that turtle down there and paste it into your turtle. I don't know if you're doing it right now, Harry, but you can absolutely use this. All for you. Feel free to grab it. If someone needs me to come back to this... Oh, wait, hold on. Can I just post it in here? Oh, I sure can. There you go. I can paste it in the chat. Didn't even think about that. There you go. It is pasted into the chat now for anyone who wants it. Boom, perfect. And really quick, I will go and show you one more time how to use it. And then Boss Hog said, I think you should fight it when Hero and Kurtuk get here. That's a good point. That is a very good point. I think the odds of me actually beating it are like next to 0. So I think us going and fighting it right now would actually just be us going and dying right now. But we could wait. We could wait till they get here to see. They can watch us die. You know, I gotta at least die in front of my friends. You know what I'm saying? All right. So what we would do to get that code now is you'd say paste bin get. You would just paste the link I just gave you right there, and then give it a name. So in this case, tunnel. Connecting to paste bin, success downloaded. Now when I type tunnel, hold on, let me put a chest under him really quick. A little sophisticated storage test. And now when I type tunnel length, guys, 256. Boom, look at that. We got 2 turtles going, and you can make 20 of these, 30, whatever. You can just have them mined for you, bro. Super, super nice. Handy, semi-automatic little creatures. Once you get them going, once you get the, like, getting the initial code going is a little tedious, I'll admit. You know, unless you really, really like programming, then you have a fun time doing it. But I know a lot of people don't. They just want it to do the thing. They don't want to program it themselves, which is fine. I just gave you the paste bin code. You can use that, paste it onto a turtle, and bam, you can go and throw 10 turtles into your world and have them start doing tunnels for you. Easy peasy, man. Easy peasy. That's what you got guys like me for who will just give you the code, you know? It's powerful, though. Careful, man. On servers, turtles are powerful on servers, man. Boss said, how many totems of undying do you have? I don't know. Let's find out. Undying. 169, brother. 169. That's a lot. All the totems. Oh yeah. Also 169, nice. Here's the thing though, dude. He instantly killed me is what I'm saying though. Like it was just bam, bam, bam. Like the dude just instant killed me and all of my totems were gone in like seconds flat. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I don't know if having 169 totems is gonna matter. Like 6,000 for it to matter. I think my biggest issue is that I need... Well, my dodge is kind of high now. I don't know, yeah. Hero did have me get my dodge up. 27%, 22.5. I'm at like 75-ish% dodge. Let's look. What is my dodge at? Arrow, attack damage, crit, dodge chance. Oh, I'm almost at a 90% dodge chance. I don't know, guys. I might stand a better chance than I thought I did. Armor's 129. Armor toughness is 84. With a 90% dodge. What's my health at? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Healing? Does it not say health? Maybe not. I don't know what my health is at. Armor, armor shred, arrow, attack damage, block range. Burning time, cold damage, crit. Current HP? Nope, current HP damage. Experience gain, healing received. Luck is 89, which is crazy. Why do these all give me +6 luck? I don't know. I don't know, that's crazy. Interesting. I don't know. Mining speed, oxygen. Does anybody see health anywhere? You saw max health? Okay. Oh, thank you there. Thank you, boss. I appreciate it. Holy sweet Betsy, 139. That's some good max health, ladies and gentlemen. That is some good max health. What's the question mark +42 max health? See, it says modifiers +6.5, +13, +8, +42. What is that? What's giving me +42 health? It's probably just like from eating items in the game or something. I don't know. Let's see how many more of those hearts we can produce though, right? So we want heart canisters. Well, how many do I have? Let's find out. Here we go. We have 20. Oh, I already have... Oh, I didn't realize I had filled that up. 20 green heart canister. So we want a bunch more green heart canisters. How many can we make? I don't know. Let's find out. 1. Cool. We're off to a good start, guys. Let's just type in heart here and see what we got. Heart. Well, I've got tons of red and yellow hearts. And I believe if I melt the red, I can turn them into yellow, right? How do I make melted hearts? I think I just cook them. And then I think I can surround a red heart. Wait. Wait, how do I make the red? I don't know, guys. Hold on. How do I make the yellow? Okay, I just put 9 of them in a thing. Okay. So that'll make 13 yellows. But then I want to make green. So how do I make greens? Ah, okay. I see. So what I need to do is melt every single one of these and upgrade them. Ooh, okay. Let's do this. Let's go over here. Let's melt this. Ooh, that's so fast. It's very satisfying to watch, isn't it? And now we'll use these to upgrade. What other hearts do we have? Miniature yellow. Is that it? Where did the green ones come from? Is that the Ender Dragon? I forget. Let's find out. These come from... Hold on. Didn't say. Ender Dragon, boss mobs, Warden. Oh, I should have a bunch of blues. Where's all my blues? I do have a bunch of blues. Interesting. But I can't go backwards, can I? No, I can only go forwards. Huh. Okay, well, how do I make these blue heart canisters? Oh, I need green heart canisters to make blue heart canisters. Oh, isn't that just the way, folks? Isn't that just the way? All right, well. Should we kill a bunch of Ender Dragons or something to get green hearts? I don't know. Gotta be an easier way. I think a bunch of Ender Dragons sounds tedious, brother. Let's see how well this cooking hearts thing went. Let's find out. Let's see how many we can get out of this. No, that is not what I meant to do. I just wasted hundreds of hearts, guys. And I just wasted all my blue hearts. Oh. Oh. No, I can't believe that just happened. I cannot believe... Oh, I want to pound my head against the wall so hard. I cannot believe I just did that. Oh my gosh, I am in so much pain right now. Wow. Wow. That is all I can say is wow. Wow. All right. Gosh dang it. I just, oh. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. That is so bad. I can't express how bad what I just did is. It's gonna take me forever to recover from that. I just don't have the items to recover from it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, guys. That is insanely unfortunate. Well, should I just go and kill a bunch of wardens now or something? Or apotheothic bosses? I don't know, man. Boss drops, yellow hearts. What bosses drop the yellow heart? That's my question. Probably the wither skeleton. I bet the wither skeleton drops those hearts, right? Yellow hearts? Maybe I could go and kill a bunch of wither skeletons. I do have a wither builder. We could use the wither builder. Do I have one? I think I made one, right? Wither... No, I didn't. But we can make one. Let's go make a wither builder really quick. Alright, wither builder. So we're going to get our hearts up so we can beat the chaos dragon, folks. We're going to do it. Wither builder. Alright, let's go down here. And we'll set up the wither builder. I also have a stasis chamber down here, which is infinitely running. I think I can place this there. Nope. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, that's a problem. Can I place the wither builder on top of that block? Yes, I can. Okay, now let's go ahead and get a... What is it called? A flux point. We'll put it next to the wither builder. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Wither builder. I actually don't know if this is going to get blown up. This could very well get blown up by the wither itself. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. Soul sand, wither skulls. Okay. So now we got to dump a bunch of soul sand in. 1, 2. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to constantly pump it in, huh? That's gonna be annoying. Dude, how do I do this without this thing getting blown up all the time? Oh, I see, because it goes up 1. Ah, okay. All right, this could work. So what I need to do is A, turn off that stasis chamber, because that's gonna be really annoying if it's not off. What? Work with redstone signal. Okay, it's off now. Okay, good. So we'll turn that off. And we'll place... let's grab some cabling and cabling upgrade so we can pump the power over here. Need the wrench. Boom. Cabling upgrade. Boom. We'll go ahead and throw the wither builder down right here. All right. And now we need a way to get the items to it. Oh, it looks like an ad break is about to go up. Okay. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and pause the production there for a second. I'm going to hit the restroom during the ad break, and then I will be right back. All right, where we set? Is everybody back? Let me know when you all get back. Hate to leave you out of the fun. Oh, crap. Uh-oh. No, stop. Stop. Oh, guys, this isn't good. Oh, no. No. We're off to a good start here. All right. This is really bad. I cannot express how bad this is. Oh my gosh, guys. We just blew up half my freaking basement. Okay. Yeah. Off to a great start over here. Yeah, we're really killing it. Good. Well, we got 6 yellow hearts. So, all right. Oh, man. All right. That's something. Okay. We're gonna have to reset everything up. I think it also destroyed the blocks. I don't think it just blew them up. I think it actually destroyed them. So, what we're gonna need is a stasis chamber and a wither builder. Let's go and get that wither builder again. We're gonna need a new stasis chamber. Oh, brother. Can't believe that just happened. No, I can believe it happened. I'm not happy it happened, but I can absolutely believe it happened. Yeah, that's definitely something I would do. All right, let's go about this a different way. How about? Oh my gosh, guys, I need to fill all this in. Hold on. Cobbled deep slate. All right, let's. Oh, it destroyed so much stuff. It destroyed soul sand and some skulls, and oh my goodness. Wow, that'll teach you to be careful with withers, huh? I'm sure all of us have learned that lesson at some point in our lives. Be careful with the withers. All right, couple deep slate. Let's go here. We'll go ahead and grab my builder and we'll rebuild this back up. Oh, maybe I should do obsidian, but I don't have that much obsidian, do I? Obsidian. I've got a little bit. Maybe we'll do obsidian. Just so that way if they accidentally escape again, it's not as detrimental. But why don't we build off of this thing? Yeah, I like that. Nah, hold on, actually. I don't want to go too deep here. Nope, not what I wanted. Come down. Okay, there we go. Let's come across and across this way. All right, now if it blows up again, hopefully it's not as detrimental. Let's change this to go horizontal. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I want you to come down, buddy. Come down, too. I want you just to go up. Can I do on surface, right? Isn't that a thing? Place on top. Here we go. Place you on top there. Little toppy top. Yeah. My goodness, brother. We just got destroyed right there. That was pretty crazy. I'm sure you guys all came back from your ad right as I was getting blown to bits. Yeah, good times. Good times. Well, that's how it goes sometimes, isn't it? You guys all know. All right, we're gonna, and there we go. I'm out of the obsidian. I'll grab some more. I got lots right now. I'll grab a little bit more. We'll be all right. I don't need to be so stingy with my obsidian. Yeah, we can fill all this in with obsidian. We don't need to be stingy. We're okay. We got lots. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Oh. Things are going great. Things are going great, guys. Everything's going according to plan. Do you know why everything's going according to plan? Because I have no plan. That's why everything's going according to plan. There is no plan. That's the secret. Everything always goes according to plan if you don't plan. That is the secret of life right there. don't ever make plans, and everything will always go exactly as you planned. All right, that's starting to look pretty good. We're gonna fill in right there. We'll fill in that gap. We'll fill in that gap. Fill in that gap. And there we go. I think we're looking pretty good here. I mean, that should at least, if he gets out again, it should at least slow him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to weatherproof this place. That's not really what we're trying to do. I'm just trying to slow him down if he escapes again, so he doesn't blow a giant hole in my base like he just did just now. Because nobody wants a giant hole in their base, you know? Yeah. Okay, we can fill in the rest with cobblestone. Wow, I went pretty far down, didn't I? Okay, we can fill in the rest of this bottom here with cobblestone, so we'll dump all that in. Grab a bunch of cobblestone, deep slate cobblestone here. Nice. And let's fill it in. Well, maybe I can go and do deep clay. Oh, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Who cares? Slash home. Let's go make a bunch of cobble. Deep slate stone, I guess. Dump that in. Let's grab a whole bunch more. We'll dump all that in. And while we're up here, we can get rid of some of these items. So let's go and dump that into inventory. I can go and dump these downstairs. This one I don't need right now. Dang, I did lose the advanced pipe upgrade. That is a huge bummer, brother. Dang, man, I am a little sad about that, not gonna lie. But it's okay, we can make more. I mean, it's not like the end of the world. Oh no, it's right there. We're good, we're good, we're good. I've got the advanced pipe upgrade still. I thought I had lost it for a second. They're a little expensive, and I've blown way more diamonds than I ever should have on them, which is the only reason why I would be slightly sad if we lost all of those upgrades. Because I should not have spent as many diamonds as I have on them, if you know what I mean. Way too many diamonds. Okay. Now we can go back down. We got tons of stone cooking up for our usage. This thing has been grinding, actually, constantly, non-stop. Look at that, man. 565 diamond ore blocks. That thing is grinding, brother. Somehow it got nether quartz. I don't know where that came from. Lots of raw platinum. Love to see that. Oh, tons of raw platinum. Did we get any mithril? Raw copper, emeralds. Dude, this is some good stuff here, guys. That is some crazy good stuff right there. We'll just let that keep grinding. What's up, buddy? Oh, bye, buddy. We'll see you never. Okay, let's go back in. We'll go down there and let's finish off getting all this filled in. Whoa, what the heck? Ah, see, this is the problem with leaving a hole under your base. All these dang mobs coming in, man. Thinking they own the place. Let's go deep slate stone. Where is it? Cobble deep slate. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Boom. Okay. Come here. We'll dump it. On top, we're gonna just fill in all of this. I wish there was a better way. I mean, there probably is a better way. I'm probably just doing it wrong, man. I don't know. I'm sure I'm doing this the wrong way. Also, I'm definitely just kind of mindlessly clicking, and I shouldn't be doing that. This would probably be a lot easier if I went sideways instead of up and down, huh? Let's do that. Let's go sideways instead of up and down. I am absolutely doing a terrible job at this, guys. Vertical wall. There we go. I think that'll be a lot easier to fill in. What am I doing, man? What a silly guy. Place on top. Am I not placing it on top? Why is that not working? Vertical wall. Build to me? What happens if I do that? Oh, I don't want that. Can I thought I could just... I guess I can't just do whatever I want. This is slightly annoying. This isn't working at all how I thought it would work. Alright. Well, I guess it is what it is. Not working remotely how I thought it would work. But we'll figure it out. We're getting there. We're figuring it out slowly but surely. Okay, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in. Fill it all in. Oh, I missed a wall right there. Fill it. Fill, fill. 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 I actually don't know if I'm expanded far enough. Let's go one more. Fill. Ah, it's working slightly better. Slightly better than my other setup. I wouldn't say it's going great, but at least I'm not getting like constantly confused and stuck like I was on the other setup. All right, man, this thing really did a number, dude. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. All right, let's get out of here. Fill all this junk in behind me. Fly out of here, man. That was something. That was something else, let me tell you. Oh, snap. I'm inside the wall. Okay. Wow, that was annoying. All right, let's try this one more time. Let's set this back up in a way that doesn't completely destroy my base. What do we think about that? Or do we just enjoy watching my base get destroyed? I don't know. We got some masochists out there, I'm sure. You guys let me know what side of the field you're on. Oh, I accidentally put some obsidian inside my base. Break it. All right. Grab these blocks. Oh no, I broke them. That's not good. Not good at all. Okay. Well, what can we do with this glass? Let's see. We need that filled in and that filled in. Is that it? Hold on. I need to throw some lights in here. It's way too dark and I can't see anything. And then we need to fill this in. But first, let's decide how we want to do this wither builder nonsense. So I want to put the wither builder there, I think. And then the stasis chamber right behind it. Or maybe there. I think we can put the stasis chamber there. And then I can put the power right here in between the two. So we can put the flux point right here and it should connect to both. Allow both of them to have power. Yep. Stasis chamber is activated. We want to turn that off. We'll have these both be activated with redstone for now. We'll figure out if we want to change that later or not. And then let's get rid of that flux point. We're going to dump this barrel in. No, better yet, dude. Let's actually get that barrel to come like all the way out. So that way I can just fill it up without having to go underneath here and break the glass or anything really annoying like that. Oh my gosh, this is really annoying. Okay, where is it? So we're digging right here. Okay. Boom, look at that. All right, so now let's grab some item pipes. We'll go ahead and have these item pipes come all the way out. Wait. We want to fill in underneath it, don't we? Where's the obsidian? There's the obsidian. Obsidian. Item pipes. We'll have these item pipes come out like that. We can throw the barrel out here. I don't like not being able to see that, but that's okay. It's slightly annoying to work on when you can't see what you're working on, but it's all right. Okay. We'll have it there. We can fill this back in with obsidian. Boom. Okay, so this is actually going to be where all the items come from. And then down here, it's all going to go into the wither builder. The wither builder has power. I think these are ready to go. As soon as I turn the modules off, I think they'll go. Yeah. The stasis module. So that should be on now. If anything steps inside that area. And this one will be on with the redstone signal. I want to make it actually have a redstone signal because I don't want to constantly just be producing withers endlessly. So let's work on that really quick. Let's actually get a redstone signal going down there. So redstone dust. All right. What is the best way to do this? I hate using really long redstone lines. I think there's wireless redstone, right? Has anybody played this mod pack that's watching right now? I swear there's wireless redstone. Dude, we could totally use Computercraft. We could just set up a computer and have them message each other. I'm very tempted to do that just to demonstrate to you guys how to do it. Wireless booster, access point. Man, I could have sworn there was redstone. Well, there's like a whole redstone mod, wasn't there? Redstone detector, let's create. Yeah, there's a redstone link, I guess we could use that. Surely there's another way to do this, right? Redstone receiver. Redstone receiver can get redstone signals remotely from a redstone transmitter or button module. Okay. So redstone transmitter? I find it incredibly annoying, the RF tools, when you left click on the block, it takes you to the page about RF tools instead of showing you the recipe for our RF tools. I think it's redstone pen. What is that? RF relay? I don't know what that mod is. Professor Owen has awoken nearby. I think this transmitter is probably the easiest way to do it. So let's just think around with that instead of diving into Computercraft. As fun as I do think that would be, and I'm very tempted to do it just for the fun of it. Let's see how quick this is. So redstone transmitter, let's just do a little setup here. Redstone receiver, redstone transmitter. Okay, that didn't work. Channel set to 1. Okay, so I think if I input onto this block, it should output over there. Maybe? No, maybe you have to input into it. Hold on. Sometimes you have to have the power going into it like this for it to register. No? As the input instead of always 15 or 1. Interesting. Oh, wait, I have to have it going that way? Fascinating. Okay, gosh dang, stop. Oh, that is so irritating. That is so annoying, guys. I can't even begin to tell you how obnoxious that is. Why? Is there a way to disable this? Everett said we have 17-year-old rat terrier. You have a 17-year-old rat terrier? Wait, what did I miss? I feel like I missed a conversation here. Did I miss something? Or you just telling me that? Maybe I said something. Okay, look, there we go. The wireless transmission works. Why is it opening the book? Stop. Incredibly obnoxious. That works too, okay. So we can use this in like any configuration, really. Okay. Everett said no. That is a really old dog, dude. That's amazing, honestly. Out of the blue. Okay, got you. Out of the blue. Yeah, dude, that's crazy impressive, though. Why? This is so annoying. Why is it doing this, guys? How do I tell it to stop doing this? This is driving me nuts. Okay, I'm not even gonna... This mod is so annoying that I'm not even gonna use it now. That is how much this mod has annoyed me. I hope the mod author sees this and realizes whatever they have done here is so irritating that I don't even want to use their mod. RF tools. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't have some kind of control bound. Categories. RF tools. No, there's not a keybind. It's not even a keybind, man. What is this? Who does this? Press left button for help? Who does that? Left button? You have to left click on it, dude. You guys have got to be kidding me. Who made this? Dude. That's got to be a bug. That is infuriating. That is so infuriating. I can't even use the mod. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, what's plan B here, guys? Everett Bro said it's out of the blue. That's cool. What's your terrier's name, man? What is the terrier's name? Oh, this is actually going to be more difficult than I think it is. You have to attach a modem to each side, open it using rednet.open side, and use rednet to send ID message to target a specific computer, or rednet.broadcast to send all network computers. Okay. This might be harder than I think it is. Ruby? That's a cool name, man. I like that. Ruby. What a nice name. We're gonna have to go with plan B here, guys. Manual redstone. Let's see. How far down do I need to go? I don't know. Some amount of distance. Hey, hydrate Foxy. Thanks, Boss Hog. Appreciate you always taking care of Foxy. Always looking out for Foxy. Where am I? Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right, we're making progress here. One thing that I'm not 100% sure about is that this is going to reach far enough. That is something I need to consider. Like, I can only go 15 blocks with the redstone, as everybody knows. So I'm not 100% certain I've got the distance on this. All right, we've got the redstone at least coming out of the building now. So I call that a success. Maybe I should go this way instead. What do we think? Go like this, up, like that. Yeah, okay, I think that'll work. Nice. Better hydrate. It's pretty hot out today. Is it hot where you're at? That's really nice, man. I am begging for some warm weather. It's not like terrible where we're at, but wouldn't call it hot either. I would love some warmer weather right now. I think that should still work, right? Let me check. Oh yeah, that still works. Okay. Okay. My question, I guess, is it building? Wait, is that power on or off right now? Okay, now it's on. Okay, got it. All right. Off. All right. Everett said, does Pando have a split personality because it's Foxy and Pando? You know, it's a little obnoxious. So I can name the pet, right? So the add-on, the extension is called Pando. That's what the extension is called. And I can go and name the pet to whatever I want to name it. And in this case, I named it Foxy. But for whatever reason, the chatbot is still called Pando. I don't know why the chatbot still says Pando. The chatbot has not changed to Foxy. But if you look at my character, like the little fox, it's named Foxy. So I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's intended. Kind of annoying, huh? Boss Hog said 73 degrees here. That is glorious. What is it here? Let me see. Oh, dude, we're actually not too far off you. I've obviously been cooped up for the last few hours. It wasn't like crazy cold this morning, but you know, that's awesome, man. That's great weather. I need to go outside and get some sun on, bro, before it gets too late. Everett said, I hate redstone. It never works for me. Redstone can definitely be finicky, honestly. I agree. Redstone can absolutely be finicky. Ooh, maybe I should turn the stasis on. I don't know. What do we think? Should I turn the stasis machine on? I'm torn. Probably should have the stasis machine also be activated. Meh. Yeah, okay. Come on. Let's go and activate the stasis machine. Run with redstone signal. That's what we need here too. Run with redstone signal. Okay. And we'll have the redstone come out. Yep, we can already come up. Okay, come up. Boop, boop. All right, there we go. And we can cover this thing back up with unbreakable glass. Well, unwitherable glass. Crumbs, I ran out. Do I have more in here? I really hope so. Tinted glass, I sure do. Okay, tinted glass, there we go. Boom. Okay. Tinted glass. We got the redstone here. We'll throw another torch thingy here. So we've got the stasis chamber on. I should really put some signs here. I'm definitely going to forget what I did here if I don't. Sign. Crimson sign. That looks sick, dude. Stasis chamber. Why did I put them on other sides? Ah, well, you see, I didn't want to deal with intermixing the redstone signals. Wither builder, and I was too lazy to do it in a different way. That's the answer to your question. Everett said, well, there was a time, it's not like it anymore, where you could feed Pando and Foxy. Oh, really? That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Oh, you know why? You know why? I fixed that, actually. I went and manually changed around some of my redeemable awards so you couldn't feed Pando anymore. Yeah, that was an issue on like my redeemable reward. So I fixed that, but I don't know how to fix the name. Boss Hog said, I know redstone can go through glass. It can? I didn't know that. Hold on. So if I... redstone there. Wait, hold on. There we go. What am I missing here? Ah, you have to directly power the block. Interesting, okay. Well, what if I use a repeater? Will that directly power the block? It sure will. Oh, now you guys are talking. I like it. I like it. Not too shabby. Everett said there's a pop-up. Man, I want to watch the Mando movie. Oh. Yo, Mando pop-up. I didn't know there was a movie now. There's a movie on top of the TV show. I did not know that. When does it come out? Is it out? May 22nd. Okay, okay. Boss said no, it can travel up through glass. Oh, it can travel up through glass. That's actually really helpful. I didn't know that. Glass. Let's get just like generic glass instead of all this fancy glass. Glass. It can travel up through glass. So isn't that just the same? Is that different behavior than an opaque block though? Like what's the difference between this and an opaque block? What, when you're saying it can travel through glass, is it traveling differently? So if I have a lever here and a lever here. So I've got redstone coming out there. Okay, so that doesn't do anything right there, of course. But now if I put a repeater on both of these, it... Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. It won't travel through this side or that side, but it will on the opaque block. Oh, you know what the issue was? Is I was using tinted glass, which isn't real glass. That's why we were getting different behavior. Everbro said May 22nd in theaters. Heck yeah, dude. Month away? All right. I didn't even know they were making one. Boss, what? I don't quite understand what you're trying to tell me, because I can't seem to get it to go through the glass. I've got two different types of contraptions going on here, and only the opaque block is allowing redstone to go through and the glass block is not. All right, I'm just gonna leave it there for a minute. You can, I'll wait for your reply. You can tell me what I'm doing wrong here. All right, so I don't need this flux point. I don't need this lever anymore. Random boots, man, what the heck? Okay. I definitely am missing items. I have no idea where they went, but my inventory down here was typically full before. I guess the book I offloaded. I don't know. I've got no idea, guys. Oh well. Boss said, I think you can stack more glass next to it? What do you mean? Glass, 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 glass? I think you can stack more glass next to it. I don't know what you mean by that. Doesn't it go through wool? I thought the whole point of glass is that redstone signals didn't go through glass. Redstone torch. Although you did just give me an idea. Let me try something. If I place glass here and put a redstone signal under it, does it go through? No. No, it doesn't. Okay. Does it with wool? Oh, I need more redstone. Yes, it does with wool, but it doesn't with glass. I thought the whole point of glass was that it did not transmit power. Isn't that the whole point of glass? And doesn't wool work basically the same way as any other opaque block, or no? Yeah, it seems to be. Seems like it does. Yeah, I don't know. You guys will tell me. So far, wool and all opaque blocks. For those that are wondering, opaque just means it's not see-through. That's all an opaque block is. It's something that's not see-through. And then transparent blocks like this glass, I think, don't transmit electricity. I believe. You guys have the Googles at your fingertips. Correct me. What is this chest doing here? Oh, yeah, because I hated that block so much I didn't want to see it again. Dude, look, it just bugs out. You see this crap? Stop. Stop. Oh, my gosh. How do I stop this from happening? I can't even properly get into my inventory now. Oh, my gosh. That was a nightmare. Jeez Louise. I hate that mod. I'm never going to touch that mod again. I used to love that mod, but that bug is just so detrimental. It's actually infuriating. It breaks the game. Okay, now that we've rattled on long enough, testing out random things, let me come into here. While you guys are doing the Google foo, I will continue the setup. Boss said, I don't know, you might have to look it up. I know something with glass and redstone works. Okay. I'm gonna keep grinding on this contraption, but if you wanted to look it up, I'm more than happy to try it after I'm done with this. If you wanna, do you wanna go and Google that while I get this thing set up really quick? Soul sand. Soul sand. Let's go and dump a bunch of soul sand in here. I'm gonna need the wither skulls. Skull. Okay, so this should dump it in, but it shouldn't start producing them until I flip this switch over here. Yeah, there we go, okay. And now that guy should come in. Nothing should blow up. This glass should protect us from getting blown up. Everett said, did you watch all the Mandalorian episodes? I didn't. A lot of my family loves them. I did not watch all of them, though. Sadly, I am a big Star Wars fan, so you would think I would have. But I just don't have... I don't have a streaming service that provides it, actually. But me and Disney have a sordid history. And by sordid history, I just mean I just don't necessarily love Disney. It's not really a history to talk about. I'm just not a huge fan of Disney is all. They got some good stuff though. Well, I mean, they bought Star Wars from Lucas, and I freaking loved George Lucas at one point in time, and then he sold it to Disney, and then Disney just kind of like sold out and made all this cash grab stuff, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Yak? Good. That is a goated first message, my brother. Yak said, what did Mickey do to you? I love it, man. I love it. Sorry, one sec. Let me update the title because we're still saying Computercraft and we're not even touching Computercraft right now. Boss Hog said redstone stops on glass. Our Minecraft and Minecraft acts as a transparent, non-opaque block, allowing redstone dust and components to be placed on top of it. Unlike many other transparent blocks, it is commonly used to create vertical redstone towers because it allows signals to move upwards while preventing unwanted power connections, making it essential for compact, lag efficiency circuitry. I'm not sure I understand because I did try to move it upwards and it didn't go straight up. So maybe there's something I'm missing. There must be something I'm missing there. I must not be understanding something correctly. Because we did try to go straight up with it for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Yak said, what did Mickey do to you? You know, Mickey didn't do anything necessarily. I just feel like I used to really, really like Disney, and I've just been so disappointed because to me, Disney has kind of just continually made decisions purely for the money and not necessarily for like the moral reasons. That was one thing I really liked about Disney back in the day, right? Like you could go and throw on a Disney movie and I feel like the whole family could enjoy it together and you didn't have to worry about politics or anything else. You just watch Disney for the sake of Disney. That was it. And then Disney has just tried to like really become a political platform. And I'm like, dude, I'm just here to have some entertainment, man. I just want some entertainment. I just want some chill vibes and to hang out. I don't want to get caught in some firestorm between who's canceling who and what the new pop culture references are. I don't know. I just want to hang out. Just want to watch a good show, you know? Everett Bro said, I think C-Flow is lurking. What's up, C-Flow? Thanks, man. Appreciate you lurking, brother. I'll leave you be because you're probably studying, but it means a lot to me that you're lurking. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate all the lurks. Yeah, Disney, though, here's the thing, though. What I've discovered is there really isn't, like, a great replacement for Disney. Like, Disney still produces the family-friendly movies and shows for the most part. I mean, they've got, like, you know, Lucas now, and they've got Marvel and all those things, which are obviously not as family-friendly for kids who are under probably, like, 8 or something, I would say. But in general, if you want family-friendly stuff, like, Disney is the place to go and look. You know, so I still participate in Disney, even though I'm a little disappointed in the direction Disney has gone. But I still watch them. I still watch them all the time. It's some of the best places, especially if you're watching stuff with kids, you know. So I still watch Disney. Oh, but then the whole, are you guys familiar with the Mulan controversy? Oh my gosh, I don't even want to get into the Mulan controversy. That one really irked me. That was when I kind of started moving away from Disney, was during the Mulan controversy. But again, I mean, we're like dragging into politics stuff here, so yeah, you do you, man. If you want to watch Disney, watch Disney. No hate, no hate, man. Also own like 90% of all media in the US or something crazy. News channels, yeah, it's amazing how many news channels they own. Have you guys looked up that stuff? Somebody made this amazing chart, and you can look it up online, and the chart shows you everything Disney owns, and it's terrifying. Disney owns a better portion of all US entities. It's insane. Everett said, and Disney Plus is expensive. Too true. Did you hear about the crazy lawsuit a while back where somebody died at a Disney, they were at like Disney World, they went to one of the restaurants at Disney, and the wife was deathly allergic to something, and she told the staff, hey, I'm allergic to this, I can't, it needs to be prepared separate, it can't be in the dish. And they ended up feeding it to her, and she died from an anaphylactic reaction. And then they went to go and sue Disney, and Disney claimed that they had to use arbitration court because they had Disney Plus, which is ridiculous. For those who don't know what arbitration court is it's essentially, a lot of times when you sign up for a service or you sign up with some company, they make you agree in their contract that you make an account. When you sign up and you say, yes, I agree to all your terms, in that contract it says something really dumb and messed up. It'll usually say, you are not allowed to sue us in a regular court, you have to use this arbitration court that we have chosen. So you have to go to like this mediator, and the mediator decides if Disney pays you out or not. Here's the ridiculous portion, though. The whole thing is corrupt, because of course the person that Disney is paying to arbitrate with you is going to side with Disney most of the time, unless it's absolutely egregious. Like, it's already corrupt as is, and then for Disney to say you can't sue us in a regular court is ridiculous. So anyways, this family had Disney Plus, and when you sign up for Disney Plus, they say if you have any disputes, you have to arbitrate with us. You can't sue us. And so this woman died from eating at a Disney World. By the way, Disney World, like, had nothing to do with them watching something on Disney Plus. They were at Disney World, but because Disney claimed they were owned by the same. Thank you for feeding Foxy. I appreciate you. Because Disney claimed that they were like owned by the same entity and they had signed an arbitration court agreement with Disney Plus, they were saying that they couldn't sue them for something that happened at Disney World, which is the craziest thing I have ever heard. I don't remember 100%, but I think Disney won too. I think Disney actually won that argument, and they didn't have to like pay out the family. Wild. What a crazy world we live in, where a corporation can just say, you can't sue me. You're not allowed to sue me if you want to use anything I make. Dumbest thing ever, man. Everett Bro said kinda rigged. Seriously. True, true, true. Wild, though. Yeah, somebody should look up that court case. Somebody should look up that court case and see what it actually ended up being. Macho Man said, what's up, Phantom? What are you guys talking about? We're talking about contracts with arbitration. So contracts with arbitration. So you go and like sign up for a service like Disney Plus or Hulu or I don't know, even a lot of video games these days have you sign like a privacy notice and arbitration contract. And basically what it says is like if you want to sue us for anything, instead of suing us, you have to go to a mediator through an arbitration court, which is ridiculous. Macho Man said what? Yeah, we're just talking about Disney. There's like a court case. Okay, I gotta look this up. We're deep into it, so let me look it up now. Disney World allergy death tried to sue Disney. Let's look this up. I don't want to be talking out of my rear end. Okay. Big corporations are not good. I agree, Macho. All right. So, overview. Oh my gosh, I'm getting attacked. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just fly into the air so they don't attack me while I'm trying to look this up. All right. Jeffrey Piccolo sued Disney Parks and Resorts for wrongful death after his wife, Dr. Kanak Tungswan, died of anaphylaxis in 2023 following a meal at Raglan Road Irish Pub in Disney Springs, which had promised allergy-free food. Disney originally tried to force the suit into arbitration based on Disney Plus, and based on Disney Plus, they tried to force it into arbitration. That is crazy. And Disney World app terms of service, but later waived this right in August 2024 to allow the case to proceed in court. Okay, so at least they didn't. They said they waived the right. Like they're like, oh, we'll give you our permission to not arbitrate. Isn't that crazy? The lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed in February 27, 2026. Why? Hold on. Why did he voluntarily dismiss? Holy cow, he was only suing for $50,000? That's it? His wife died and he only sued them for $50,000? Wow. Disney argued that because Piccolo signed up for Disney Plus trial and bought... Oh, it wasn't even... He didn't even pay for Disney Plus. He had signed up for a Disney Plus trial and bought park tickets. He agreed to settle any dispute with the company through arbitration. What the flip? Oh my gosh. Okay, so originally Disney did force into arbitration. Here it is. Disney did force into arbitration and Piccolo agreed to go through arbitration, but then there was a public outcry when people found out about this. There was a massive backlash by the public, and Disney executive Josh D'Amaro announced the company would waive its right to arbitration and have the matter proceed in court due to the sensitive nature of the case. That is insane. Disney did win, and they were going to do it in arbitration. How wild is that? This is even crazier than I thought. This is so much crazier than I thought. Why did he drop the freaking case? His wife died. He was only suing for $50,000, which to me is insane. Everett Bros said I would do $1 million. For real, man. Your wife got killed because they mishandled her food. In May 2024, Disney attorneys filed a motion arguing that Piccolo had forfeited his rights to the jury trial because he had signed up for a Disney Plus trial subscription back in 2019. Back in 2019. Oh my gosh. The streaming service's terms mandate that all disputes with the company would be decided through arbitration, Disney's motion stated. This is insane, man. I can't even. See, this is why I don't like Disney. This stuff right here. Like, how scummy is that? This person's wife dies, and Disney says, no, you can't sue us because in 2019, you signed up for a Disney Plus trial. So you have to go through arbitration. That's crazy. Disney dropped its bid after there was public after there was a barrage of public backlash, they dropped its bid. A request for restaurant records was among several motions from both sides in the lawsuit. In November 2024, Piccolo's attorney filed a motion over a doggy bag of leftovers from October 2023 meal that their client had frozen and saved. Both sides had sought guidance on how to proceed regarding the possibility of testing the food sample. Attorneys were still debating over the food testing issue in October 2025. After the testing results became available, Disney sought to keep the results confidential, according to a motion filed by Piccolo's attorney. They tried to hide it. It is unclear what good faith basis Disney has to designate the results of food testing as confidential, which would keep the results shrouded in secrecy. Attorney Brian Denny wrote in the motion, now after 2 years and much wrangling, the case has ended. So basically, Disney just dragged it out forever. They tried to screw this guy like 20 times. They basically said, you can't sue us, you have to go through arbitration. And then they took forever. They took years to try and settle the dispute, and the guy finally just dropped the case. Man, that makes me so upset. That's crazy, guys. I can't even believe that. Let's see. I got some professional advice here. They say there may have been a limitation on what they could sue for. They could probably sue with a closed settlement, but you can appeal an arbitration. Arbitration is just the first step. There are probably limits on what it gets you for, but they'll probably settle for far more. You can appeal an arbitration in court, but you have to start with a settlement, and arbitration is just binding settlement. Interesting. Yeah. All around, though, like, can we all just agree this is completely just scummy on Disney's part? Like, regardless of what you think of the company, what they did here is crazy. I don't know. Reading that makes me so upset right now. I can't even. I gotta change topics. That situation was so much worse than I remembered. That's crazy, guys. I can't believe a company would do that. That makes me so upset. This dude's wife died, and they're just like, you can't sue us. You have to go to arbitration. And then they try to hide the results of the food testing that was done. Crazy, man. I don't know. Maybe they did settle out of court, but all it says is he dropped the suit. It doesn't actually say anything about them settling out of court or anything like that. Macho Man said, can't do anything against the man. Dude, it's crazy. Honestly, that's the world we live in. Corporations run it all, brother. You're not joking. Corporations run it all. All right, let's get back onto what we were doing. Let's get off the political topics. Is that a political topic? I don't think so. That's not political, but it's definitely raging against a big corporation, so it could become political really fast. I try to keep the positive vibes in here. Let's change it to something a little more positive. We're gonna go and get we're gonna kill a bunch of withers, and we're gonna use that to go and get a whole bunch of those wither hearts. Those yellow hearts. Macho said kinda. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of political. I mean, at the end of the day, Disney runs half of the news stations in the US or something insane. Somebody's got to find that chart. That chart is wild. How much stuff Disney runs and owns. It's crazy. All right, you guys done blowing up yet? I can probably set up so this automatically kills it. Oh, so you guys are really loud and obnoxious. Hold on. What's up, dude? You came in at a crazy part. It's so loud. Oh my gosh, I need to get out of here. It is so loud in here. Okay, I need to turn this off. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude, get out. I can't get out. Guys, I can't get out. I can't get into this doorway. Oh no, I'm stuck. This is the rest of my life. The rest of my game is going to be spent in this tiny chamber. Did we go through all the heads that quick? That was 2 stacks of heads. Macho said we can't hear you. Can you hear me now? They are too loud. Okay, yeah, that was crazy. That was way too loud. What's up, Chonks? Welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? How's your day going? That was crazy. That was a little crazy. That was crazy loud. I was trying to find one of those things that silences them, but I can't remember what it's called. Is it part of Draconic? Or mob grinding utils? There's like a wool muffler. There's like a muffler thing. Muffler. Yeah, sound muffler. Let's make a sound muffler. This is what I was trying to find. I was trying to find a sound muffler. So we didn't get bombarded with all that crazy loud noise. Oh wait, did I just make a... Hold on. I thought I had it too thick, but maybe I don't have it too thick. Maybe I've only got it 1 thick. Alright, well... I guess we could put it down next to these blocks. Put a sound muffler right there. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Let's see, where we at? I missed a couple chats. Sorry, I got distracted there, guys. Chonks, how are you doing, man? Thanks. Welcome to the chat, man. Appreciate you coming in. Much appreciated, brother. How is your day going? See, Macho said they're too loud. Yeah, 8-Ball will Phantom kill the Chaos Dragon. The answer to that isn't pretty. Okay, all right, 8-Ball, whatever. The answer to that isn't pretty. That's a good answer. I like that. I'm gonna kill the Chaos Dragon. I actually think there's like a 50-50 that I could kill him now. I feel like once Kurtuk and Hero get here and we go and try, I feel like we might be able to kill him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Macho said, uh-oh, how's your day, Phantom? My day's good, man. My day's actually been really good. I actually took today and used the entire day specifically for figuring out some streaming stuff. I set up my YouTube streaming stuff. I ran into a whole bunch of issues though where I couldn't properly get the YouTube stream set up with the OBS studios that I use to live stream. I spent 3 hours trying to figure that out and I could not. So eventually I kind of did a workaround and I'm dual live streaming right now, which is the main test of this stream. This is my first dual live stream. And so we're kind of giving it a test run today, but yeah, it's been good. Thanks for asking, Macho. I appreciate that, man. That is very nice of you to ask. Macho said, are you streaming on YouTube right now as well? I am. Let me see if I can go and find the link to it. I am simulcasting, simul-streaming. Let me see. Although I'm not monitoring the chat on YouTube. Let me see if anybody chatted. Whoops. Should probably be looking at that, huh? Nah, I don't think anybody chatted on it. I don't even know if there's been any live viewers on YouTube. Let me see. How do I see my live viewers on YouTube? I have no idea. Analytics? Concurrent viewers, 0. Views, 0. I've had 0 views on YouTube. That's fine. My very first stream ever. That's not that crazy. Dual stream. Stream URL. Live streaming. I don't know how to send you guys the link. Oh, here you go. Found it. And then I'll have all my live streams upload as VODs to YouTube afterwards as well. But I'm more than happy for you guys to stay in the Twitch chat. And if anything, I kind of prefer the Twitch chat because I haven't really been paying attention to the YouTube one. But feel free to pull up both streams at once. I don't know. Pull up both streams at once. Double watch the stream, man, you know? Get those metrics up. Something like that. I totally got sidetracked. What was I doing here? Oh, we need to go and get a whole bunch of wither skeletons, guys. Okay. Or wither skulls, rather. Where's our wither? Here we go. No, wait. Not wither skull. We need to get it from the wither skeleton. That's where we need to get it from. Okay, wither skeleton data module. Got the warden. We don't need the sheep anymore. Slime, questionable. We may or may not need the slime module. I'm not sure anymore on that one. Skeleton. Piglin. Enderman wither. Do we need the wither? That is a solid question. Let's find out. Wither drops. Wither prediction. We do need nether stars. Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and start grinding some of these guys out too. All right, now we need to get a whole bunch of prediction stuff. I forget what it's called. Let's go and look. It's called prediction matrices. That's what it's called. How many can we make? There we go. Wait, slime module. Hold on. Oh, I can put the slime module back. We don't need the sheep module. Swap it out. There we go. Swap out the slime module. Put the sheep module back. And then we can start producing some more of these. There we go. That doesn't mean I should have a bunch of wither skeleton somewhere? Maybe not. Maybe I used them all. Wither, zombie, ender dragon, creeper, spider, warden. Yeah, maybe I don't. Well, can I make wither skeletons with the generalized prediction? Probably not. I probably need a hellish prediction, don't I? If I had to guess, I need a hellish prediction. Do I have any of those? Yes, I do. It's called a nether prediction. My bad. I thought it was called a hellish prediction. Okay. Nether prediction. Let's see. Can we make skulls with that? No, I can't. What can we make it with? Withering soul, withering rib, productive bees. We could get a wither skull chip. Wither skull fragment from this prediction, but we're not there yet. Withering soul, withered rib. Nope, same prediction. So this is our best bet, I guess, is to make a withered comb. Withered bee. Can't breed amongst themselves. A wither rose and a skeletal bee. Will allow it further from moving in. This species of bees can't breed. How do I make one? Do I just need to make a hive that isn't well lit and they'll move in? Beehive. Let's go and place a whole bunch of these out in like the dark and see if they show up. We'll place it like, I don't know, here. Let's see if some random dudes show up. Macho said, are you a Star Wars fan? I love Star Wars. Yeah, man. How about you? You big Star Wars guy? We were just talking. Were you there? Did you miss out on the, who was it? Was it Everett Bros or Boss Hog? One of them was just talking about the Mandalorian, actually. Macho said, yeah, I love Star Wars. Yeah, they were just talking about May 22nd, I think. The new Mandalorian movie comes out. We were just talking about that a minute ago, actually. Good stuff. All right, well, these wither skeletons are netting us hearts, but I don't know, man. I just got home from work. Everbro said, I'm a Star Wars nerd. Macho said, oh wait, hold on. Everbro said, yeah. Macho Man said, no, I wasn't here. Everbro said, I'm a Star Wars nerd. And Macho said, I just got home from work. I got you, okay. You missed it. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, we were just talking about it a minute ago, actually. So they were just chatting about, or we were all just chatting about it, actually. Spider prediction, wither skeleton prediction. Okay. Wither prediction and wither skeleton prediction. Two different things. So we want the wither skulls. Wait, hold on. Actually, hold on. Do I get more if I do 32 fragments? I think I get more if I do 32 fragments. Because 3 skulls versus 32 fragments, but 32 fragments makes slightly more than 3 skulls, doesn't it? I think so. That's interesting. That's weird. Why do they do it that way? It's actually more economical to get the fragments? Why would they do it that way, man? That is weird. I don't know why you would do it like that. Whatever. Macho Man said chatting without me. Yep. Sorry, man. We were chatting without you. Sad day. I'm so sorry. Okay, we got more skulls, but not as many as I would like. I think what I want to do is maybe go and get a second wither prediction module. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's go and get a second wither prediction module. Do I have... Frog, piglin. I should have a wither skeleton spawner somewhere in this massive library. I think a library is an accurate description for what I have on here. Wither skeleton, there we go. Yeah, okay. Will they just spawn in my base? I don't know, let's find out. Control, delay 20, it's got some delay, spawn count 3. Okay, let's get some sugar and clocks. Sugar. Clocks. Okay. Is that... Oh, it's as low as it goes, okay. Okay, 2020. I think spider eyes or fermented spider eyes get the count up, right? On this thing here. So let's go and check those out. Fermented spider eyes. Oh, shoot. I just lost them. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Fermented spider eyes. There we go. There we go. Got the count up, activation range, spawn range. And then we should put a course fruit on it so they're dumb. Because that makes our lives a lot easier if they can't attack us. Boom. We just made them dumb. Good. But they're still not spawning, so my guess is that they need a dark environment to spawn. I believe I have a spot. Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. I just broke it without... Oh, I have a second one. Thank goodness. I just broke it without putting the silk touch on it. So dumb of me. Oh my gosh. What's up, little froggies? Frogs and magma cubes. We'll get rid of you for now. We don't need you right now. Frog. Magma cube. Mimic. Oh, the wrong kind of mimic, though. Phantom. Let's grab another occult ender lead. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry guys. Bye. Okay, let's throw... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Throw the wither skeleton in here. Is it dark? Yeah, it's dark. Okay. We can capture you and put you inside of this spawner. Nope, that spawner's broken. Okay, sad day. Well, then let's come here and grab a new spawner. Oh wait, does that say wither skeleton spawner? Alright, just kidding. We have another wither skeleton spawner. So let's put you down and we'll bag you up. There we go. Boom, perfect, okay. Now we come back here, we grab a model framework, we throw that model framework on. Alright, and then... Oh, this thing is already maxed out. Okay, perfect. This will be super easy then. Max entity 6. Whoa. Oh, never mind. We're good. I thought it was some weird creature. We're okay. These guys are dropping a lot of loot though, huh? Have to recycle all this. What I should do is let's put a salvaging table in here. Nope. Salvage.